Hey, and welcome back to My Buddy's Backlog. How we doing, backloggers? We are back in the studio today with Matt.
Hello.
And Ryan.
What up?
Back from our long hiatus. You would have most recently heard us talking about a lot of games announced this summer. Episode might have been a little bit long. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, we between personal travels and just life, we crammed everything we could into the episode because we wanted to talk about, what was it, Summer Game Fest, PlayStation Showcase, Xbox Showcase, and the Nintendo Direct. So it was like 2.5 hour long
Technically,
episode.
also the PC Game Fest or whatever,
yeah,
like
true,
two or
true.
three of those.
Yeah,
It was a long night. It was a lot of talking.
We'll do better next time, I think. It was all interesting, but it might be better to on big events, like Game Awards or whatever, just to each pull like our top 3 or something.
We just get excited about games, okay? And our significant others don't want to hear it.
Still erect from all of it. Weeks later.
Well, how we been in the weeks since we've been apart?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good now. Today, I'm chilling. I've been very busy, and I'm very happy to be calming down a little bit. Been traveling a lot, but yeah, things are kind of calming down at work. I'm getting some time to play some games, getting in some multiplayer gaming. I'll talk about it later in the episode, but yeah, I got to go see a friend over the weekend. We played a lot of some stuff I'm excited to talk about in the What We've Been Playing segment, but yeah.
You give us a little tease, a little hint?
Oh, it's some Ryan type shit for sure.
Okay. For some friend slop.
Hentai World 5, baby.
But yeah, that's about it for me. I'm doing pretty good. What about you, Matt?
Had some travel going on in life, I guess, but been buying games to no one's surprise, so added some good stuff to the collection. Added some good stuff to the collection while on a trip, so I had to stuff it all properly into my suitcase to get it home. Found a couple of shops where I was at. And,
he says stuffed as if he didn't tell us he packed a half-empty suitcase so he could buy a bunch of games and bring them back with him.
I think I came back with 26 games total.
That's crazy.
I left with 15 games because I just needed entertainment while I was there too, right? So I was pretty much a traveling mercantile for video games at certain points in my trip. And then, as you guys can see, reconfigured the studio home office area. Not like a complete switcheroo, but a substantial reutilization of space.
It's a pretty big switcheroo. I'm wildly uncomfortable. I don't like this corner. I liked my other corner. Please
getting it sprung on them a lot, like today. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on in Matt's world.
Yeah, I mean, fuck me. I've been doing okay.
Okay. I was going to ask how you were, but I thought it was Matt's job. It was Matt's job.
Fine.
Matt was talking.
I liked the dead air for a second.
You
It's
liked
like
it.
me on
You're
the
just
inside.
soaking it in.
Quiet, peace at last.
Gavin, you're always good. Tell us why you're good this week. What's up?
I don't want to know. No, really. I don't really have much. Let's see. I got a camping trip coming up this weekend. Pretty stoked about that.
That's fun.
Haven't done that in a while, so yeah, should be fun. Do some fishing, live outside.
Are you a big camping guy? I don't know if we've talked about this.
I used to be when I had more time that I didn't waste playing video games.
Yeah, let's get into this real quick.
You know,
Just a little quick aside.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, it wasn't sarcasm.
Oh, I thought it was like, hey, man.
I used to touch grass. Yeah, it's a weird thought, I know, but yeah.
What about you, Ryan? You
I
look like you give off Eagle Scout energy.
I was a Cub
For a bit,
Scout,
there it is.
and I never a Boy Scout, always a Cub Scout.
All right, so flying back from my trip, I got to interject. There was a group of Cub, Eagle, Royal Rangers, whatever they were, and they were all in their Scout outfits. And I got to say, there is something about an adult, grown man, like our age and older, in Scout uniforms I just don't quite trust.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
probably
They should dress different than the
Scouts.
than the
Yeah, there should be a different uniform than the. I don't know. I'm picturing like the short tan shorts or like beige. I guess
They were
I don't
all in
know,
the beige tops. They had an
Yeah.
assortment of bottoms from what I remember, but I wasn't looking at all the little Cub Scout bottoms either. Just for the disclaimer
It kind
there.
of sounds like you were. I don't know, man.
The Cub Master.
Making me
maybe.
uncomfortable over here.
Okay, well, we got to close the loop. I'm glad I give off camper energy, but I've only camped a few times, not many, and always really at like campsites, not like real camping, where you go out. What about you, Matt, though?
So I grew up doing a lot of just like shit in the woods and camping and like let's take the tents, ride the 4-wheelers or whatever, and then like park them and then walk half a mile down this little trickling stream and then camp.
Okay.
And make a fire with 4 of my childhood friends. And they're still into it, and I've become such a like little diva and about that stuff that it is just not so much for me. The thing is, I like being outdoors. I like a campfire.
Yeah.
I like being around the water. I'm not a huge swimmer. I can swim, but it's just not for me, I guess.
Right.
And then my big thing is like I like to shower every day. There's like a 24-hour threshold on before like I feel like my balls are gross and my just cracks
Jump
too
in the
icky.
river, man.
And I need a shower with some soap.
Yeah, that hour threshold is probably accelerated by being in the woods too. It gets worse much faster. You
Well,
get like way grosser. I
Yeah,
don't know.
growing up in like Arkansas and then, just kind of living in the South, like humidity is afoot always.
Yeah.
And just, it's like sometimes I walk from my garage to my car and I got swamp sack. And it's like I sit out in the woods and it's like, ugh, I'm just a festering pool of disgusting. I feel like I stink to everyone around me. That is my hang up. I could sleep on a fucking rock. I don't care about that part even. It is the shower. So if I do give in and go camping, because my wife would love to camp, at least like one camping trip a year.
Yep.
It'll have to be at a campground so that
That's
I can
fair.
go hit
With
up
like the little showers,
and,
yeah. Are you going to a campground, Gavin, this weekend?
Yeah, we are. It's like
Nice.
it's like mostly car camping.
Cool.
So I mean that's pretty much. I used to do the whole backpacking thing, like literally like everything you carry in on your back and rough it, and that was fun. But I don't really like have the need for that anymore. I just enjoy being outside. So yeah,
Makes sense to me. I'm mostly there for the campfire, like Matt was saying. I don't know. I like hanging out
Dude,
and just chilling.
Oh, dude, some freaking glizzies off of the fire.
Oh,
and a s'more, brother. Let me tell you, or the conversation we had before we started rolling of now that is one thing. The misery loves its company piece. That does not apply usually with, I would say, spouses or relationships. I don't think those are the best place for misery loves its company. Like both miserable out in the woods or unhappy. That's a perfect combination for fighting and arguing in a relationship. But with the boys, put me out in the heat, lost in the woods, and make me camp.
Yeah.
I'll talk about how much I hate how bad I stink and how mad I am at one of them.
so if you saw our meal planning spreadsheets, there was nothing miserable about it. So
That's wild.
just
Meal
saying.
planning spreadsheets.
that's hype.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
man,
You're living large out in the
Oh, yeah,
woods.
dude, we live it
Okay.
up. That's the only way to do it.
Nice.
So, right on. Okay, well, let's jump right into weekly news. A little light this week. First topic, though, Matt put in here. So, Xbox is apparently gearing up for some layoffs and studio closures in a twist of events that surprised absolutely no one.
We kind of knew it was coming, just with the change of leadership, I guess, right? And though Asha Sharma has been showing like moves in the right direction, part of a new CEO coming in and reevaluation of a workspace, usually layoffs always follow, especially with the main CEO of Microsoft calling out the fact that Xbox is not making any money and hasn't made money in many years.
Yeah, but let's not act like it's just the new CEO. I mean, for years they've been closing down like a lot of beloved studios.
Well, yeah, I say that because of like she's been doing a lot of the right things and saying a lot of the right things online and stuff, and it's not so much the mask has to come off. It's just even with the good or the initiating the good, trying to fight for change, if you will, or keep the place alive.
Right.
Business is unfortunately business, and we could fall deep into the rabbit hole of like people's livelihoods, and it is sad and depressing, and seeing the game industry kind of crumble here and there continuously in layoffs is like heartbreaking. But from a business perspective, like it does kind of, some of it makes sense with like reevaluating shit. And
I feel like we've talked about this before, but are we moving towards a point, you think, where game development is more just like contractor work? I mean, is it unreasonable to have the expectation to be, full-time employed regardless of like if you're developing a game or I don't know.
I've wondered if that would be better for the designers, programmers, whatever you want to call it, like the general game developers, I guess, right? If one, you have like the gusto and the management skills to manage having multiple contracts, or like being able to bounce from contract to contract, which then is managing a very in-depth portfolio, which most of them only have to manage a portfolio typically with like moving companies, or it's the same thing with resumes, right? You don't really work on your resume most of the time while you're employed until something happens or you're ready to start transitioning. It gets tricky with like benefits, right? Like health benefits and stuff, like the costs there and stuff.
I mean, with like contracting work in general, it's like that though, right? So I mean, I guess the hope would be get paid more, like in general, and offset that price of getting like marketplace insurance or something, or like I don't know.
I think more would be. I think more could actually lead to better pay for them to some degree, but they're going to have to pay for the benefits. I think the harder part is typically like the contracts have the written timeline within, and like if you can't complete the work in that timeline.
Yeah,
well, one, you're going to get a hand slap, and then two, companies either going to have to extend you because you've made the thing, or call someone in to figure out what the hell you were doing to then finish it.
Or just release a buggy mess.
Yeah, and say, oh, we'll get it on some patches. Thanks for buying. So
definitely seems like the worst outcome though is when like the super big publishers like Microsoft and Sony just buy up these kind of like smaller indie studios, and then they make one amazing game, and then they just lay them off a year later. Yeah.
So we got, what are the three on the chopping block? I listed them. It's Compulsion, Double Fine, and
Ninja Theory.
Yeah. So Double Fine is known for Psychonauts 1, 2, and they recently did that like Kiln, which is like that multiplayer game where you're like your own custom made piece of pottery, and I think it's like fighting against other pieces of pottery to break them.
I don't feel like I've heard about this at all. That game.
It released within the last like 3 or 4 months.
Oh, okay, so. Gotcha.
Compulsion did We Happy Few, and then most recently South of Midnight, which this is always like one of those hard things of like South of Midnight looked really cool to me because of like the animation style they used. Yeah. And it's like kind of a platformer type game. So, but apparently the story's like very, very good. I think it's set in Louisiana as well. So it's just like kind of a place you don't get a lot of games set like South. Right.
Is it set in like a modern day period, or is it?
I think modern day, but more like backwoods-esque.
It has like southern folk elements and stuff in it too.
Yeah, and I know like, it does have that.
It seems really cool, actually. And like, didn't it come to PlayStation recently?
Just like in the last like 2 months. Yeah,
I've been wanting to play it.
And then Ninja Theory did I think it was 2013, but the DMC Devil May Cry, they did that game Bleeding Edge, which was like an Overwatch-esque, that type of game, but it shut down pretty quick. And
like a Devil May Cry 5v5, or like a
2 different games, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was like, that's crazy. I haven't heard about that.
And then most recently, they did Hellblade, and then Hellblade 2. I can't remember if it's Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice and Hellblade 2, just Hellblade. And then they revealed at the Xbox show earlier this month, Senua, like the third game essentially in that franchise. So
do you think that means they still are working on it? Like, is this an immediate? Like, is it effective very soon?
So I guess the weird thing with this is, it was reported by a guy named Jason Schreier, who is like the god of reporting and breaking news in the video game journalism space typically.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's still locked in as rumor. He's just got so many contacts. He's got a lot of inside sources. He's usually never wrong on anything he says. Like, he's probably batting like 99 on this type of stuff. And then I believe Xbox / I assume it would maybe be Xbox / Microsoft. They shouldn't have 2 different fiscal years. Ends at the end of June. So everyone expects all this shit to happen starting at the first or sometime in July, right out into the next fiscal year, get all the bad shit out of the way in the first quarter from like a business perspective. So, but some of his citing, he didn't give his sources obviously to protect their identities, but were like people saying like, oh yeah, we've already been told that like in 2 weeks, like we're getting closed down, or
wow,
these discussions are happening.
Lame.
Two higher ups too at Xbox have left. And they've been with the company for like years. I can't remember what 2 positions they were.
You said Xbox Game Studios boss Craig Duncan and Chief of Staff Luis O'Connor.
So they've been with the company for a while, and then I guess the other weird thing to talk about is the fact that they still let Ninja Theory reveal Senua at the Xbox Game Showcase, which seems kind of fucked up, right? Like, let them reveal their new game, and then apparently they're one that's going to get shuttered.
Yeah, so are they still releasing it, I guess? And, like, is it, I don't know.
It's
like,
just, like, in that weird thing of, like, the rumors, but the most noteworthy part of the rumor is that they did that to show that they already have stuff they're working towards the next game in case somebody wants to swoop in and buy their studio and like keep them alive or fund
interesting
the third game to let them then try to sell it and see if they can, recoup the cost and then keep moving forward on their own or whatever that looks like.
But does that mean that Microsoft is essentially letting them use their showcase platform out of the goodness of their hearts? And that's just so surprising to me.
I mean, that's true. And like, it's also surprising to think of a company giving up an IP. Because they would have, when they bought Ninja Theory put out the first game, and they would have bought them and obtained the IP through that. And unless there was some kind of clause, they technically own the IP. So
yeah, but somebody buying them would be like buying the IP too, right? It'd be like part of the deal. So it's almost like a sales. It's like showing it off like something they could sell and make money off of by selling that IP in the studio almost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are like weird caveats and things that happen with that. Like Sony owns the IP of Demon's Souls, which is why Bluepoint was able to make it with no questions asked, but they also own the IP of Bloodborne, but really won't take... They consider FromSoft's feelings on Bloodborne very strongly, or at least Miyazaki's. So
yeah.
It's not unheard of, I guess, to have some respect to the IP in some regards, right?
Yeah, but Microsoft, nah.
There's also the weird thing of, like, I think they said that fucking that new Gears of War game has apparently cost almost $400 million for a Gears of War game.
The whole script and everything written, right?
Like,
are you talking about the remake?
No, E-Day.
No,
okay.
yeah.
But
it's like the prequel,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's an
don't get
insane amount of money. I mean, like, GTA 5 was like $1 billion or something, right? So, like, I mean, there's no way they're selling those kind of numbers.
Yeah.
Like,
It was for all the co-pilot assistant tokens that they had to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see what happens there. Though I think we all know how that story ends.
We'll be depressed talking about it in another week or two.
Yep. Yeah. Look forward to that announcement. Another kind of depressing announcement, for me, really depressing announcement, is Steam Machine price. We all knew that with the kind of the Rampocalypse and everything happening right now, that the Steam Machine was going to be expensive. The base unit has been announced for $1,049. And then there are basically 4 options. You get base unit, you could do expanded storage or not, and you could do controller or not. So basically the highest tier was controller and 2 terabytes storage. It's $1,428, which is just kind of insane, like, especially considering that they wanted to originally release the base unit for $750 reportedly. And so now you're paying over $1,000. You're not even getting a controller. Really don't have enough storage to install many games. It just feels like who's this product even for? Like, who's gonna buy this?
what's the base amount of storage?
It's 512 gigabytes.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
not
half
a lot.
terabyte.
Yeah, that's
Not
crazy.
a lot considering, it's all based on like PC form factor, so there's
Right.
no disk me, like it's all on your storage.
Right.
And you're talking, I mean, shit. We don't even know. That's probably the one thing Rockstar is afraid to talk about with GTA 6.
It's probably
Is,
250
gosh.
gigabytes.
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna be
literally.
going to be insane.
Yep.
At the same time, how well will the fucking Steam Deck run it? Or Steam Machine run it, you know?
I mean,
That's a great question.
It will run it, but how well comparatively, right?
comparatively, yeah. I mean,
So-
did we say it's like PS5 levels of performance? Is that base PS5?
Digital Foundry did some benchmarks and stuff. It's basically maybe a slightly weaker PS5, I guess. Maybe you guys know a little bit more about the PC space, so you could comment on like comparable builds. But yeah, I mean, like, I think they were running like Cyberpunk at like 1440, 30 FPS, relatively stable.
I mean, it's safe to say like a 4070 base is probably about as strong as a PS5 Pro / Series X.
I don't really know on the PS5
Or would you need
Pro.
like a TI? Would you think a 30 Series Ti would be on par with that, you know.
What's like an example of something the PS5 Pro runs higher than the base PS5? Like, because I don't really know anything about the PS5 Pro.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head as far as like locked in at like 60 with like 4K or something like that. Probably something to do with like one of the Horizon games or something. It's going to be something Sony first party, right?
I mean, you get a noticeable
Ragnarok.
improvement in on most games.
Right.
The frame rate's the big area. For me,
Right. I guess like how big is the jump? Like what's a game that I like that you guys know of where it jumps high?
Think of it like rather than like having to choose the balance mode. So usually like on console, we're basically saying, do we want 720 internal upscaled to 1080 or 1440 or whatever at 60 FPS, or do we want 30 FPS, or maybe there's a 40 FPS mode with a higher resolution, but with the current PSSR whatever upscaler, you're getting essentially kind of like the 60 FPS mode relatively stable with a higher base, I think, resolution.
In fact, a lot of games just kind of lock you out of even choosing on the Pro. It's just like, no, I can handle this.
Oh, it just does it both. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
They don't have like, there's not many games that have the option of like, if it can run at 4K 60, it'll just lock and say, I'm going to run at 4K 60. They don't like have I can run it at 1440 for 120.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, that's not there. Yeah, and it may come maybe in the next console, right?
Yep.
I lost my train of thought to some degree.
I mean, we were talking. You were asking about like what graphics card I guess would be comparable. I honestly don't really know. So feels like 4070 Ti would be around there. I don't know.
Yeah. So the only I did see some issues with apparently frame rate stuff on the Steam.
Oh yeah. What games?
I had just saw some headlines of like apparently like it runs everything, and then just they were seeing some frame rate stuff. I haven't had time to look into it all. This all just came out today for the most part, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Digital Foundry benchmarks were pretty exhaustive. They tested Cyberpunk, Black Myth Wukong,
I thought that's
Crimson Desert.
I thought it was like dropping to like 20.
It was actually very inconsistent. Well, at least the test that they showed, no, it was maybe like 2 to maybe 5 frames worse than PS5 in parts. But then in some parts, miraculously, it was actually better if they specifically forced a Proton compatibility layer, I think. So there's something to do with like if the Linux version of the game, I think it was that game, was actually running worse than the Windows version of the game through Proton, which is a sort of real head scratcher, but that's PC for you, right? So
yeah.
I don't know. That seemed like pretty promising, like the benchmarks. It's just more the price is so high, man.
Yeah, that's really high.
It's hard to at the same time, like the quick counterpoint is you're not building a PC.
No,
I don't know. You
can anymore.
You can do a lot of stuff. I bought my gaming laptop for. I mean, I got it used, but I got a 4070 gaming laptop for $1,000, like within the last year for sure, and it like runs everything very well.
Even a year ago is pretty different till now, though.
I guess that's fair. Yeah,
I haven't looked at like pre-builds and laptops and stuff, but we know, or everybody knows, the component stuff is crazy because of this fucking AI apocalypse shit.
Yeah. Sourcing RAM and storage and like everything, yeah, that'd be tough.
I'd like to apologize if my son's crying too loud in the background. He's just yelling. He's just making noises, apparently. So, just a heads up there.
Your wife is just mercilessly beating him right now,
Yeah.
So he's crying for help. Yeah, but I mean, this sucks. Like I had fully planned on kind of just being like, this is going to be my entry point to PC. Like I feel like that I was the target audience of like, I don't necessarily need another console again. Like I will start over. I already have a decent Steam library through Deck and just casual PC gaming over the years. But now I'm just like, well shit, I guess I'll wait 5 years and see what happens. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. You were out of all three of us the one for sure probably going to pull the trigger right out of the gate.
Yeah,
I had low interest
Yeah,
to some degree for maybe like a more so I could have some of my Steam games like on my TV out.
Yeah, I'm about the same
main
spot.
area.
I was in a medium-ish. Like, if it was at a good price, I was kind of hyped at the thought of hooking it up to my TV and not dealing with, all the garbage that you deal with if you try to hook a Steam computer up to the TV on Windows, or I mean, if you can get a Bazite situation going, like it works. But like, yeah, I was excited for it to be built in.
Ryan and I started a conversation about the fact that the low end model comes without a controller, but this is supposed to be competition for consoles, so you still need some kind of peripheral to interact with the device, which that does bother me, that the low end doesn't come with a controller or a shitty little keyboard and mouse or anything like that as well.
I'm still not bought in on this argument. When we talked about this before, I mean, I stand by what I said, that like, I feel like I appreciate them offering a lower model, because I feel like the alternative is we just have like the 1150 version that has a controller, you know. I like having options.
Also, is it's a PC, so that 360 controller you've got hanging out somewhere or whatever, just use that. Like unlike a PlayStation or something, if you don't have the latest Sony controller, you can't use it.
I guess it's fair, but with it trying to be sold as a direct like competitor with consoles, and if we were to try to function on like the thought of first time somebody getting into anything, there's already additional, like either you've got to buy an upgraded package to, even if you're doing the lowest level you can, you're gonna have to buy with the controller model.
Yeah.
Versus any low tier console of any time ever in history, it comes with at least the cabling and the controller at the bare minimum, and it doesn't even meet like the bare minimum of what's expected in a console. If Sony were to come out with the PS6 or Xbox were to come out with the Xbox Series Flip-de-Doo, whatever the hell they'll call that, and it didn't come with a controller, and they said it will save you $50, no controller, but use the old controllers, but you don't get any of the benefits of the old controller / you don't get any of the new benefits because you won't have the new controller, we would be up in arms about it. But we're letting it slide because of like the PC argument.
I feel like I'd like that. I feel like that'd be cool.
If they let me use the DualSense 5, I don't need
I made the caveat.
I never need another controller.
I made the caveat of you're not going to get to use the DualSense features. You don't get to use them. Well, you do now. I think there are finally drivers, but when it first was supported on PC, it didn't have the drivers.
But you're still getting Steam input regardless of, I mean, it supports a ton of controllers, even a bunch of like 8-bit Do and bunch of even Switch controllers. Like, it does support a lot of different ones. So it's a weird product, I'll give you that. It would be weird if Sony released a console or Xbox and didn't have a controller. It's like this machine, I guess, was for someone who's like okay with a very small amount of tinkering but not much more. And I think I was that person. And
that's the thing. I wonder how many of that person there are, and how many of the sales already for whatever it will have and the Steam controller and stuff are just already the Steam and PC bros. The people that are already hyper in the space, and now maybe they're not as technical as Ryan setting up, was it Moonlight and stuff?
Yeah, Sunshine and Moonlight.
Because when you started that, it was kind of a cumbersome process.
It's still a cumbersome process. Yeah, it's not even working currently. It's not functional in my house.
the core thing that pisses me off is that they got stuck and trapped in this shitty AI bubble piece, though. Like, that really does make me mad, because they've tried to do a console before.
Yep.
And I don't remember what happened with it or what kind of fuckery.
When was that? Like, not like the streaming one, like the Steam box.
Steam box thing,
but that was all streaming, right? Like over local network.
I'm not sure. I thought it.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember.
So yeah, I guess not as true to.
Not like streaming from a server, but from like over a LAN. You know.
Yeah. The big thing is this is the Steam.
Isn't that just called Steam Link? Like,
yeah,
I think you can just buy that. No,
the Steam Link is
actually a Steam machine that flopped really bad.
The Steam Link is what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was like right after I got out of college, around 20.
Okay.
In late college, 2013ish, something around there. I think it might have been earlier than that, but yeah. So I don't know. But the one thing is, apparently, it is upgradable.
Is it?
Is it supposed to be to some degree? But I don't know how that would work with like the graphics card, because the form factor is clearly very small and custom, I would assume.
Yeah, it seems hard for it to be maybe just RAM or maybe just storage or something.
Just RAM and storage, you know.
What I was reading even before they announced the price, was like that the graphics card was not upgradable. Which was the biggest bottleneck in the machine. So
yeah.
It's kind of like, for me, it feels kind of dead on arrival. But the funny thing is, I bet you they still sell out in minutes. Maybe they just have low stock. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they restock.
Steam's always functioned weird with their products, and like them always kind of being sold out, and then they come in and then they sell out again. And
yeah, they do it in like waves.
So I don't know if that's just them being cautious with their like supply chain and like the manufacturing,
Maybe.
or what? Because like the Steam Deck has been like out of stock consistently, and then they raised the price, and then they did another little wave of them, and I think they're out of stock again or some shit.
They sold out almost immediately, which is again just like, what the hell? Who's buying a Steam Deck at almost $1,000?
Especially when there are better options, like crazy better options.
Crazy
in that
better
space
options.
At this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just Gabe. He just buys them. I've got it figured out.
We've manufactured one, and Gabe bought it.
I will say the one aspect that we haven't mentioned for the Steam Machine that I think is worth talking about is the form factor. So I don't know if you guys have like looked at the actual device, but it is not that much bigger than a GameCube, the Gabe Cube. It's smaller than like a PlayStation, and it from the reviews I saw, it's actually very quiet.
It looks
so it's
that's pretty
actually nice
sick.
having it in your living room as opposed to some giant tower that's just sucking a ton of power and running your fan all the time.
Yeah, it looks literally like a cut in half Xbox Series X. Like it's half of that size.
Dang,
roughly.
that's pretty cool.
Which is, I mean, the GameCube's a good example, right?
Yeah, the Xbox Series X already is way better than the PS5 form factor. Like
PS5 is one of the
I hate
ugliest
that
fucking
stand
consoles
so much,
of
the
dude.
all
PS5
time.
is crazy. I don't know how they
So
decided to do
fucking
that.
hideous. Like, yeah, sure, vented, the vents set up or whatever, the outside, so it has better ventilation or whatever, but I just fucking figure something else
Make
out.
it a rectangular shape, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a cylinder.
And also don't make the default color mostly white and black, where it just sticks out more like a sore fucking thumb. When
Yeah.
a majority
I
of
kinda like the
consumer
color. I don't
electronics
know.
are... I like the color options, but I don't like that as your default, like...
Yeah, it's a
just-
little too loud for me as well. Yeah,
It's like most consumer electronics, like TVs and shit, are just like black or like a metallic metal gray.
Yeah.
And so just...
I feel like I should have the option.
stay
Yeah,
on it.
for sure.
Yeah,
like-
which they finally introduced like swappable face plates or side plates on the PlayStation, and the Steam machine does have some kind of swappability or something.
Yeah, you
going
can swap the faceplate.
For the
It's just
faceplate,
a magnet, so you just
Yeah.
pop it off.
which a magnet's super sick too, instead of like weird clips that are gonna fucking break.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff.
It's a really well-designed device. It's
Yeah.
just the price. It sucks, man.
Oh, the Steam machine has the magnet that you can swap out? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. I
and
thought
they're
you were-
already
yeah.
like, they've published specs on the machines and stuff. Like, they fully expect other people to design third-party plates and cases and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
that's really
and they don't
cool.
care. Like, customize it. But rip Steam machine. Maybe in a few years, things will change, or maybe now with all the improvements that Valve has put into Steam OS, and then you have the others like Bazite. Maybe we'll start to see like actual other manufacturers just build their own Steam machines. I think Valve has basically said we hope that they do that, because as long as you're on Steam and you're buying games, like that's all we want.
Yeah.
I mean, right? The Steam Deck led the charge for the better devices that we just talked about, right?
And Steam, I mean, put out like the drivers and everything. I think like the packs for like, I want to say they put out drivers for like the original ROG Ally to like help it along, like getting Bazite
Oh, really?
going.
I didn't know that.
I could be wrong on that. I don't know. I feel like they not open sourced or released some. Oh, yeah, maybe it was like graphics drivers for some of the other. No, I don't know. I may be getting confused.
There's
but
also
they
like,
seem supportive.
They made, kind of like PlayStation has the PSSR shit or whatever, right?
Yeah.
What's their integration going to be with, what is it, DLSS 5,
Right.
and all of that stuff, and those types of upscalings to help from like
That one
the weaker
was
graphics card perspective. Like, are they going to be? Is there ways to integrate that stuff on the back end and push it in? I don't know. Depending on how the architecture is designed, right? For some upscaling, the same way the PlayStation has its upscaling built in.
the
or
PS, just minor correction as a nerd. The PSSR upscaling tech was developed in tandem with AMD. So like there's a specific iteration of, I think is theirs called FSR,
Yeah, I think AMD's FSR.
that's basically identical to PSSR.
Gotcha.
So yeah, sorry. Anyways.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's all so convoluted and like nightmarish, right?
Yeah, it's
And then-
acronym hell.
Like you hope that, well, depending on who you are, I hope it fucking burns and crumbles, but the AI bubble like really pops hard, right? Like, people are seeming to more and more every day get very fed up with it as far as like its over insertion and everything. There are clearly places where it needs to belong and be and can be, but so maybe some costs will go down so that another company can swoop in and be like, well, here's ours for $1,000, and it is equivalent to a $40 90 or whatever.
And have it be upgradable, please, for the love of God.
I think that's just hard from I
if
think
you're going to make it the nice
factor,
cube.
right?
Yeah.
Because
That's true.
graphics cards are big as shit. And you start getting into custom ones, like,
That's fair.
who knows,
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. I mean, I have like I have a mini ITX case for my PC, and it's like, it gets tough. Like, you can't fit a lot of like some of the bigger graphics cards.
Yeah, and you got to be like really picky with like your RAM, even with those.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
making it all work
And it gets
together.
really hot, and like you have to really deal with the cooling, and it's all a whole pain, when you get down to smaller form factors.
No.
I guess there's also something to be said for a fixed spec that, it's like a ton of users are going to have this exact spec, so developers can target it and all that.
It is kind of nice when you're like looking up bug fixes. Not where like, like what's the best configuration for this game if you can look up Steam Machine, that somebody's already figured it out. And
the video the video I need to watch is the first time turn on. What happens to this thing when it first interacts with a TV? So let's say I don't have the Steam. I bought the lowest tier, and I have. We'll do the Xbox Elite controller because I do think it's like the best controller.
Right.
And I've just got it plugged in. I'll obviously have to have plugged it in via USB at first because it's the first time the machine's coming on, and the connectivity, will it immediately connect, and can I just do everything from my setup through that, and then it'll have me link the Bluetooth of the controller, or just by the connection, just like consoles, will it link the Bluetooth and set that up, and then am I good to just essentially have a box that is by default in Steam Big Picture mode or whatever?
Yeah. Interacts
with the TV after like the expected setups of your HDRs and your TV screen size and yada yada yadas. That's I just haven't spent any time looking into any of it. So
yeah, or are you going to have to disconnect the HDMI cable 3 times and wait for it to that handshake to actually happen? And are you going to actually be able to wake the machine with your third-party controllers?
Yeah,
that's the kind of shit that annoys me.
I need I need a mouse and keyboard for this first setup to type, name the console, put it on the network, all those types of things. The first
Probably
time,
not. They have that. They have that keyboard interface on Steam OS that or the little pop-up keyboard. It works pretty well. Gotcha. And I really like I don't know this if you're already a PC bro, I guess, but I really like that they have the QR code thing you can scan for Steam that logs you in. It makes it really easy to get going.
Yeah. So there's little stuff like that, which doesn't have to be perfect first out of the gate. It's harder that it's not perfect out of the gate when the price tag is now $300 more than what they anticipated.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're paying for a Steam machine, it's not for complete console convenience. It's not for maximum performance per dollar. So it's something in between. So you really have to just have a Steam library, I guess, that's really a lot of games that would work well at that spec, or I don't know. It's a very niche product, but like I said, I think it's still going to sell out. So.
It's without diving into the whole. Sony's confirmed they're done putting games on PC. Xbox has said they're done putting their first party games on PC. They both made the caveat of multiplayer, but Gears, E-Day, console exclusive for sure. Went back and looked that up. All kinds of stuff. So then you have to go, is there enough coming out in the PC space that's where I want to be? Or would I rather pick my console and at least have that console's exclusives on top of the fact that a lot of things are, at least usually a lot of the really good stuff. The argument can be for the multiplayer space pretty heavy, and Ryan could make that. But
yeah, I mean, if you ask me, it would be wildly weighted towards the PC. There's way more games that I want to play, but it's everybody's got their own situation, whether you're focused on, the first party story games are really good on PlayStation. It's hard to beat a lot of them. So I don't know. But
I can't think of a game that's a very story narrative driven game that only exists on the PC space that's acclaimed. I mean, Half-Life Alyx through the HTC Vive specific is the one thing I think of, I guess.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I don't know of any story games. Definitely a lot of multiplayer though. Yeah, you get a lot more alphas and betas and indie devs. There's probably more indie games on PC. Well, not probably. For sure.
Valor Mortis. That's coming to consoles and launching on everything, but the demo is only available on Steam. Same thing for Mortar Shell 2. It all releases at the same time everywhere, but they're the only ones getting the demos and betas right now.
Right.
So you do have that stuff going on. So
exactly. And if the Steam machine were more reasonably priced, I would almost buy one just to have access to that kind of stuff, and then knowing that I'm going to buy it, 1.0 when it finally releases on consoles later.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Well, I think that rounds it out for the Steam machine. So, last piece of news here. Apparently, GTA 6 pre-orders are starting June 25th. That is just in 2 days from the time of recording.
Oh, goody.
Probably the same day this episode releases.
We've talked before, I think, about where we're all at with GTA. I don't know if it was on an episode or just talking together.
Yeah, I think we've probably covered it. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Well,
You can talk.
thank you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm excited. I probably won't pre-order just because they don't run out of digital copies, and I'll buy it on Steam most likely. But unless there's some crazy pre-order bonus, but I've never played.
Don't do it, Ryan.
I've never played
Don't be part of the problem.
I never pre-order anything because I don't play single player games. So
I'm
there's
part of
never
the
anything
problem.
for me. Like you are.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
with how limited like prints of physical stuff has become nowadays. That's how
Right.
they've really locked my ass in because I had kind of stopped, and then it became an issue hunting down certain copies of games. So Silent Hill 2, actually, the remake of that was difficult for me to get a hold of within that first like couple of weeks because they didn't print a ton of it, and I didn't pre-order it. So.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Where are you at, Gavin? Are you? I don't remember. You a big GTA guy? You haven't.
I'm
You're
not,
not,
I'm
right?
not a big GTA guy. Yeah, I want this damn thing to come out so we can talk about something else.
Well, we'll have to talk about it for like 3 years and all of its sales records and how it's actually made more money than every other like country.
I think it's gonna
Combined.
be crazy though, all right? Because they're still making an insane amount of money on
Oh,
GTA
yeah,
Online, like GTA 5 Online.
Like 10 to 20 million or some shit a month. Or
Yeah,
something
we
crazy.
talked about it before that the
there was a news
earnings
story a
was
while back.
crazy.
But yeah,
I really hope Online comes out with the base game when it comes out, but they haven't said, which makes me think it probably won't.
it
But
was a month behind with 5. That was their first foray into it.
that's not bad. A month.
Well,
I could wait a month.
It was a month behind, but it was so fucking broken.
it was pretty
that
bad,
you,
right?
Like, pretty
Yeah.
much wasn't playable for like 3 months. And I texted my brother-in-law about this, but I saw a video of somebody playing GTA 5 on a CRT the other day, like an old tube TV,
Right.
and it like was so crazy to me because that game came out so long ago that like you just could do that. There's no like descaling you had to do. You could just hook a 360 up through AV to a tube TV because it came out
That's
on
true.
360 and PS3.
360 had the yellow,
So-
white, red. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could just do that, and it's like so insane though to think about it. And it is from like the phenomenon of GTA. Crazy to think that it's probably really going to hit its release date. I've played almost every GTA. I didn't like beat the old ones, but I've played around with GTA 1 and 2. I've played through the stories though and completed 3, San Andreas, 4, and 5. So, but I didn't have any interest in the online at all.
Nice.
It's just not for me. So.
Yeah.
I
We'll
mean,
see when 6
immediately-
comes out. I'm going to peer pressure you
I was
pretty
a
hard.
little youthful boy, so I immediately picked up a hooker in each one of the games and took my car and watched it rock. And then I immediately went to the strip club when I was in college to see what all the boobies were about.
It's a
in
rite of
5.
passage, right?
As you
like,
do.
In fact, at that point, I would have, I think, been dating my wife. So I probably was like, look,
Check it out.
So, but yeah, I am to the point though that I'm ready for it to come out so that we can shut the fuck up about it. And if it's gonna mess up other games being sold for a bit, it messes them up, and we're just past it.
Yeah.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about the stacked September and a little bit of October, but like no one's really touching November. There's like the meme online of Nintendo being the only ones. Like everybody's like, "Oh, when are they going to release Ocarina of Time? Is it going to be the game that goes up against GTA?"
I mean, it's not even like a distinct audience at this point, right? Like the people who are probably longtime fans of that game may well be GTA fans. So
Yeah,
I would think maybe not.
I work with a guy who like literally checks in on it like daily to like
GTA.
to like smuggle his meth and
Oh, his online.
and, like
yeah.
all of his online stuff and his operations and like all this stuff. And he was like explaining it to me one day, and I was like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
Don't listen to this guy. GTA Online is super fun. It doesn't have to be a job like that.
I don't know, Ryan. You've told me that you all but like wish for games that give you a second job, and
No.
the
You've
second-
misunderstood me. I'm being
You're
misrepresented.
like, I love the grind, baby.
You like doing a second job to better your friends.
It depends on the game, but yeah, I do enjoy that to a degree. Yeah, for sure. But GTA Online, it wasn't really that way. Like, it just felt like a good progression system, and you got to. I don't know. It was fun. I liked it more than the single player, but I'm a multiplayer gamer, so.
Yeah. I don't have friends.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right. So I think that rounds it out for the news. Let's look at what we're playing now. What are we hyped for? Matt, the first thing that jumps out at me on your list is, what the fuck is Booger Man, a flick and pick?
Booger Man, a flick and pick adventure. I forgot to put adventure on there.
Adventure.
That is a Super Nintendo game, and it was on the Genesis as well. I've put off buying it for years, which was stupid of me because I paid. It's too fucking expensive now. But I saw it at the shop when I was on travel, and I was like, all right, it's time to pull the trigger.
So you've been following this game for several years.
It's definitely not my white whale, but I played it when I was younger and loved it and thought, oh, this is so funny. And so I had to buy it again as an adult.
Nice.
And have it in my collection and everything. So you are a plumber who, you know what, may or may not have issues with his mental faculties to some degree. Not in an insensitive way, just he seems like a very, stupid person, like he's been hit in the head. It's that kind of that trope of the old trope of like a blue collar job and they're dummies. Haha, we've come past that as a society, right? But he like goes into like the sewers and stuff dressed as a superhero, and he flicks his boogers at the enemies as one of his weapons, or you can charge up his burps and fart and shoot like green gas across the screen to take out enemies and stuff, and it's like just like a side-scrolling kind of platformer through the level type
Nice.
game.
What console did you say this was?
I grabbed it for Super Nintendo.
Nice.
But it was on the Genesis as well. So,
Bet you can't wait to play this with your son.
let's talk. I mean, every child thinks burps and farts and boogers are funny at some point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to rip fat ass right now, we would all probably laugh uncontrollably.
But say they're still funny.
Please don't,
So.
though. Yeah.
All right. Well, you've got a few more on this list. Would you like to read from it, or would you like me to?
I didn't pull it up, so please read me that list.
Garfield on a plane on PSP.
There he is.
There it is.
Our lasagna boy. For the joke of the podcast and for the sanity of our dear friend Ryan, I took the Garfield movie, the UMD, and put it in my case with me while I was on travel on the PSP, and I put it into the PSP and took a picture of it outside the plane window. I'll make sure and give it to Ryan so he can upload it as part of like uploading for the weekly episode on Instagram. It'll be one of the pictures in the
We'll have to throw it up.
the
Yeah.
file.
You tell me you didn't even watch the whole movie?
No, I did
Oh
not
my
watch
gosh. This guy's a poser, dude.
but I did take a hilarious picture of like a PSP with Garfield on it and like out a plane window with the plane wing in view and the clouds. So it's very artistic and poignant for the podcast. Yeah, and so then with that, I took my PSP with me on travel and played a good bit of it. Played a lot of Third Birthday, which is like the unofficial third game of the Parasite Eve franchise. There were two of them on PlayStation 1, and then this one is kind of a third game, but kind of a not.
I really don't know anything about Parasite Eve or that series.
It's
I've
kinda
heard
like
it's
survival
cool,
horror.
but yeah.
It's more like parasitic, like creatures that transform people and or like and like plant mutations and stuff like that, and you're trying to survive through the situation of it like taking over.
Nice.
It's like kind of the watered down version of it all. So they're very good. They deserve remakes. And then Third Birthday was a little more focused on like a third person shooter prospect or version of it.
Have you beat this game before, or is this
I've played Third Birthday before, but I've never beat it yet.
Okay, gotcha.
So, and then
You've got Atari 2600 on here.
yeah, my buddy found an Atari 2600 with the box for me and brought it, and he visited this weekend because he didn't get to come into town for my birthday. And so we hooked that up, and it fired right up. And so we played Combat, which is just like a whole bunch of different little games of like tanks and planes and stuff. So we played that for a
Nice.
couple hours. It fired right up. So it was cool to do that. It's not hooked up in here right now because I unhooked it right before you guys came over because it's fresh from a flea market and needs to be cleaned like crazy.
Right.
So I think that was all for what I'm playing right now.
You have
Sea of Stars.
Yeah, Sea of Stars. Yeah.
Sea of Stars is the big one I've been playing through. So
is it good?
It's such a beautiful game and so like whimsical, and everything seems so mostly positive, which is not a trope of like RPGs of yesteryear that it's trying to be related to, or JRPGs. There's always something very depressing, and something may swoop in and get super sad and depressing at some point. I'm about 5 hours in.
Okay, yeah.
So
I played probably about that much of it, about maybe a little less, like 3 to 5 hours, somewhere in there. But it was really pretty, and like I really liked the game mechanics, and like it was a cool world. But
what's interesting about it is it has couch co-op.
Oh,
another controller can like
that's
ping
cool.
in that your character
interesting.
sprites of your current party follow you around. Also, all three of you are walking in a line, but you can just hook up another controller or two and let them control the
That
other
actually
characters.
rules.
Nice, yeah.
And
I
they
didn't
control
know
them in
that.
the battle, and they can walk around the world with you and stuff. So that's just like a really unique feature.
So what would you compare it to? Is it like typical like turn-based JRPG combat?
With a little bit of the flavorings of you would know it for Clair Obscur. With like you go up to the attack, and if you hit the button right when you attack, you can hit another hit in, or right before their attack hits, you can hit a button and kind of block to like cut the damage in half.
So a little more modernized, not like
Yeah.
straight old Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
Okay.
art style's a little closer to like the Chrono Trigger style.
Okay.
A little bit. Clearly it was that game came out in like 2020 or something, I think, right?
Nice.
So,
Seems
but yeah,
neat.
so I think I'll see it through to the end. Apparently, it's also not crazy long, like 30 hours to like 100% completion it, which is pretty short for that style of game. So
Nice. Yeah, that's not too bad.
That's actually approachable.
and then I have 2 finished games, right?
You have 3.
3.
You got
but
Valor,
one of
Valor
them's a
Mortis
demo.
demo.
Oh yeah,
Well, that game looks cool.
dude,
That's the puppet one, right?
that is the first-person Napoleonic.
Yeah, but
one.
like the enemies look like puppets, right?
They kind of do, but
like
it's
looks like the Liza Pete guys.
they're-
Like it's very strange.
yeah, they're just in like the infantry gear that they would have been in during like that war, whatever. I'm not a historian. That the Napoleonic War, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they've got like weird mutations and stuff going on, and there's like the whole story or whatever that ends up being. But the demo it's only available on PC through Steam. Well, I don't know if it's only through Steam, but it's 2 levels. There's the beginning of the game essentially, and then like they had it as like level 7. So I don't know if it's going to be like open levels or whatever. But it's just, I've always wanted From Software or some company to really kind of lean back into like the Kingsfield first person perspective of the Souls genre.
True, we don't
and
have
that's
enough first-person melee RPGs.
and that's exactly what they've done. This company did Ghost Runner 1 and 2. They've taken
Oh,
the
shoot.
okay, yeah.
That's
I like
cool.
Ghost Runner.
Yeah,
so
those
they
were fun.
They dropped all like the speed and that kind of stuff, and
Right.
refined the combat piece.
So you're like parrying and
It's
all
got
that
parries. It's got a dodge, which is like a what is it called? Like when you dodge, but you don't like not the roll, but you like kind of like shift out of the way.
stuff. Strafe?
Yeah, like a
I don't
strafe.
know, or
Yeah, or like a quick step or something.
Yeah,
or
exactly,
Like
those.
yeah.
So that's the dodge, and it just played super well. I don't know. I played all the way up to the boss. The boss did beat me, and I was like, I'm good. Deleted the demo, and I was like, this is a day 1 purchase for me. No questions asked.
Nice.
So even with the only thing is I do think they pushed the release date back to October, so I do think it comes out like a few days before the Castlevania game, which is like that nothing else will get played, and Castlevania will immediately get put in and played until I have 100% beat that game when it comes out. So that's the only caveat I would say with that, but that's a me problem.
Right.
So it was awesome though. And then Saros, I beat it a few weeks ago, not shortly after it came out. I guess I didn't give it its flowers in some ways. I do have a problem with like giving scores to games because I feel like if you say 7 or anything below on a game, it automatically gets written off by people pretty hardcore. And it's just like, then why do we even have a scoring system
yeah, I think at
if
this
only
point,
3 numbers
5
matter?
is 0, and then you
Yeah.
just go up from there.
So
you never see like anything below a 5, and like
you
that,
don't.
like the real reviews. It's so great. Like the scale's so inflated. But
yeah, because it's like 7's become that safe space of like some people will still play it based off of that, but anything lower than that, people will just like it'll affect sales. Kind
Right.
of.
Give me the real honest Matt score.
The true, like if I had to give it out of that, it is a 7 game.
Like an
maybe
IGN
8.
7 or like a 7 for you, as in
I
70%
understand
of
scaling.
games that you have played are worse than Saros.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I guess, a pretty big pool of games, right?
Right.
If I had to like try to bend it to some other scale, I would maybe give it an 8. You know, kind of
That's kind of disappointing.
So-
I'm still like, I've been really hyped for that game. I'm just waiting on it because it's a single player game. It's only just gonna go down in price, and there's no reason to rush. But that's disappointing.
I confidently say Returnal is better.
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah, so Returnal's better.
It has more story and all of that stuff, and more like cutscenes, and so there's a lot to like there. But the mystery and the isolation and the loneliness of Returnal is just so much, like so good. Is the thing. Some of the gameplay stuff's refined. It is easier. Not so much easier that it's like, okay, you guys clearly made this a lot easier, but it is. I think one of the biggest compliments, though, that I can ever give a game is if it makes me want to reach out and figure out the medias that like inspired it, or learn more about it, whether that's through digging into the lore and spending hours reading fucking item descriptions and From Software games, or what have you. And so with it specifically, one of its big inspirations was The King in Yellow by, I think, Robert Chambers, who is an author that is one of the authors that inspired H.P. Lovecraft. So it did make me like immediately start looking into that and like buy The King in Yellow. And so I've been reading through it.
Nice.
And that type of stuff.
That's cool.
It though its time with me is done and over, and I'm not going to mess with platinum it, and who knows, maybe I'll just like throw it in and like do a run through again one day. I'm still kind of invested in it to some capacity via the other media, right? So
It's cool that it's still had a good lasting effect on you, even like, if it's not the best game you've ever played.
yeah, which leads me to my next point. I beat 007 First Light, and it made me do the same thing. It made me order a copy of Casino Royale, the first appearance of Bond, and I've never read any of the Bond stuff.
The first appearance of Bond. What do you mean, like the game or the movie?
No, like the
You mean this Bond, the Daniel Craig Bond?
no, like the stories. He's a fictional.
Yeah, Casino Royale's like one of the last James
Talking
Bond
about
movies.
I'm talking about novels, like books.
Okay,
Yeah, Bond is,
okay. Yeah. I'm picturing Daniel Craig, and
Yeah,
that's like
that's
James
fair.
Bond number 27 or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one is named properly after that.
Right. Okay, I'm with it.
that
Sorry,
book, if
my
you
bad.
will.
I've exposed myself as not enough of a Bond head.
At the same time, I would say 007 First Light, especially if you love stuff like Uncharted, as like a 9 out of a 10 game.
Okay.
So that game, the acting is superb.
9 out of 10?
That's
pretty high.
The acting is superb. The gameplay is great. It does everything that it sets out to do well. And the one thing is like any little issue I had with it, I just kept going, I can't wait to see what they do with the money they've made off of this game and make the sequel game. Like, I was just like, it's going to be so crazy. But like, just like the Bond origin story, and like, even like you as a player, your sloppiness fits the fact that it is him right out of the gate. And where you like when you fuck something up and you just have to go bare knuckles out of the situation or do some kind of arbitrary bullshit to get back to where you can get back on track.
Oh, I really like that idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so like thinking at it from that perspective is really
like some actual like a gameplay improvisation, like having to improvise on the spot, like actually is pretty cool.
Yeah, there were probably like 2 or 3 things that could really ever happen that if you like fucked up, it was like, game over, restart the checkpoint. The rest was like, you fucked up, figure it out, kid.
Roll with it. I like
Yeah, that's neat.
They call that like ludonarrative harmony. It's the fancy term. Yeah, that's interesting because it's always funny when you'll play a game and you're like, you are a master swordsman, but like you don't even know how to like wield a sword. So
I mean, I think
how does
that's
that
one of the things those people love about the Kingdom Come games. You're like a blacksmith's fucking little shitty son in those games, and like even when you like max out that character by the end of the first Kingdom Come game, you're just like an okay sword fighter.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
Still, if you're fighting like 2 people, you're fucked. Like it's like,
and like even apparently the second one, it's like he starts off a little bit better and he gets to above average sword fighter or some shit. Like he's never like a Geralt or some shit. So
I'm sorry, but who is Geralt?
oh my
is that
goodness,
not his name?
it's got to be Geralt.
Geralt,
Yeah.
Geralt. Yeah.
Geralt. Yeah. Well, I've not played The Witcher.
Yeah, and it shows.
It
Get on
shows.
that
I haven't
shit,
played The
man.
Witcher really. Well, I played it a little bit.
Both of
I
you
guess.
guys.
I knew I wouldn't call him
Old
Geralt. Don't
old
let me
Gerald.
in. Don't let me in with him.
The only thing I know is
Geralt.
Siri. I mean, I got that down. All right.
We're proud.
Are you
of
about to say it's Siri? or some shit.
It's actually Zerial, but we don't have to get into all that right now.
Yeah, let's not.
Ryan, what you been
Nerds.
playing?
So I've got a couple of weird things on here. The two I was excited to talk about from the intro are from over this weekend when I was playing with a friend. I've been trying to convince people to play DayZ with me pretty much my whole life. And I got a bite this weekend. I got my friend to play with me, and we had a very good time. Well, we had a theoretically good time. No. He had a better time than me, honestly, because he'd never experienced it before, so it was all very fresh. And it's like we were really struggling because it's a hard, very, very hard game to get into. I don't know if you guys have ever played any of it at all, but
no, I've actually never played.
It's extremely challenging and bleak and hard to get going. You start with nothing and you're about to starve to death and be out of what's the word for you have you're out of
thirsty.
You're thirsty. You're very, very thirsty. And yeah, you've got to loot, and there's not a lot of loot, but there's other players on the server, and we were trying to role play and talk to them, and half of them played along, half of them would just kill us immediately or draw on us, but we didn't have guns yet, so I don't know what. But I've got him hyped up, and we're going cross country. We're going to make a big trip to the military base. We're going to survive. It's going to be hype.
Is it a game where if you die, people can loot you and you lose your shit?
Yeah, and even worse than that, it's really hard to meet up with each other and get started. So if you die, really sucks. It's hours of your time. So it's
that sounds awful.
It's pretty sweet. It adds a lot of stakes to every moment of your journey, and it's got crazy sickness mechanics and hunger and thirst and all this stuff, and it's very survival oriented, and you've got to you can hunt food and you can cook it in different ways. You can dry it, that'll last longer, but it's not as nutritional, and blah 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 blah.
They got sugar-free Haribo gummy bears.
Oh man, don't if you get diarrhea, you're done.
Dysentery.
But I used to like it a lot, and I'm excited to have somebody to try it with again, so that'll be cool. And then same friend, same weekend, also got really back into Rocket League, and
there you go. I can get down with that.
I'm a huge Rocket League fan, so and I always come and go. I feel like I'll always kind of come and go on Rocket League, but I'm excited to be back in a binge because we've been climbing the doubles ranks, and
yeah. I did for years. I played ranked in it for a bit.
Nice.
Took the time and platinumed it out on the PlayStation, and played a lot of Rocket League. And then
nice.
I just finally was all right, I think it's run its course, and I've not played it in years at this point.
That's fair, yeah.
Such a unique premise of a game, especially when it came out, though, man.
It really is, and it's crazy because they gave it away on PS Plus the day it came out. Yeah,
exactly.
Because that's when I first played it. Was the day it came out, and I was like, "What a weird game! Rocket soccer? Are you crazy?"
RC cars? Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy to see where we are nowadays. With all the aerials and all the mechanics that people get into, but. Yeah, that was really fun. They've got tournaments now too, so you can it just adds another level of stakes. Just fun climbing up a tournament, and it's we got to win this or we're kicked out.
Stress.
So yeah,
you ever Rocket League, Gavin?
Casually, yeah. Only here and there. Mostly as a couch co-op kind of game.
That's fair.
Yeah,
it is good for that too.
Yeah, it is. It is fun. It's always had the couch co-op. I used to play that in college. With some friends on the Xbox One or whatever. But yeah, Rocket League's awesome. I love it. I was excited to get into it again. This is a single player, very niche game that I've gotten into. I've been recommended from a friend. It was recommended from another friend, and it's called Fear and Hunger 2 Termina. And it's playing.
Do I know the friend that recommended this?
You do not, no.
I know someone that we mutually know that I think loves both of those games.
Really? Oh, we'll have to talk about that. Interesting.
I think there's a character that's one of the hard bosses called the Crow Mauler in it or something like that.
That sounds right, tonally.
Okay.
I haven't played a ton. I've only played a few hours, but it's playing Silent Hill with some super gruesome deaths and permadeath, and not really permadeath but kind of permadeath, but in a Pokemon top-down RPG style.
Yeah, you hit the enemy and it goes to the fight
and
screen.
You go
right?
to a turn-based, and everything has a ton of consequences, and it's like brutal. I think it's like an adult only, like an AO rated game, is what my friend was telling me, which is kind of crazy. You never really see that, but
yeah, I've heard it from difficulty. Darkest Dungeon, I think, is what somebody compared it to me.
I've heard it compared to that too. I never played Darkest Dungeon.
I need to play that game. I bought it years ago, and I think I'm just intimidated because I'm one of those people that I get so mad.
Right,
if it has permadeath and I kill one of my characters.
Right,
that game is hard as shit, especially if you play it blind.
Yeah,
so good luck.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. My brother's super into Darkest Dungeon and has told me to check it out. Maybe I have to go back after playing this because two of the Fear and Hunger's Darkest Dungeons.
There's two.
Gotcha. So I'm getting into that. I'm excited to play more of it, and then I've still been playing Project Zomboid. I'm always on that Project Zomboid grind.
He's got a zombie kink.
I'm a
Resident Evil guy, and this dude out zombies.
I'm on a big zombie kick. I'm also watching The Walking Dead right now.
Hell yeah!
Like starting from the beginning.
So I watched recaps to get back to where I dropped off back in the day, and now I've never seen it all the way through. I'm in season 6 right now. There's still a lot to watch. Apparently I'm still in the peak, and then it goes real bad later.
Is that like prison era, or is that afterwards?
I just finished 5, and that was the end of
the governor
Alexandria, the city. Okay. Well, not the end. Sorry, they're still in Alexandria, I guess. Not the end, but the arc of Alexandria started mid season 5.
Okay, gotcha.
I watched all the way up to the big episode where Negan's introduced.
Yeah, I haven't met Negan. I've heard that name.
Episode after that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything for Ryan, but that's pretty much where I stopped as well.
I heard a lot of people stopped around there. Well,
and I read most of the comics actually, so I know a lot of the differences there. The big thing that made me stop, oddly enough, is the exact thing that does happen in the comics. Funny enough. So.
Interesting. Yeah, I may have heard about that, but I don't know. We're back to I used to do like a anime. Club. We'd discuss.
That on the podcast, bro.
I've already said it before. It's fine. And then we had like a scary movie club where we'd discuss scary movies. Now these same friends, we're watching like half seasons of The Walking Dead and discussing it.
That needs to be one of our spin-off pods. Is like us watching a scary movie and reviewing it because I watched Weapons a couple weeks ago. And that movie is
which movie?
Weapons. I watched it a couple weeks ago, and that movie was super fucking good until the last half hour, and then it's fucking shit.
Oh, I like the last half hour.
Spoiler alert for Weapons. Why did you hate the last half hour?
It just becomes stupid and goofy, and like.
I mean, it wasn't stupid and goofy from the beginning. I don't know, these kids being essentially possessed.
Well, you don't know that until like the last.
I really didn't think it was stupid and goofy from the beginning. I did think it was a big tone shift.
The mystery of them. Like, I would have much rather like Aunt Gladys be fucking eating them or something instead of them all just being like trapped eternally in a basement, and then the stupid shit where they're chasing her through the fucking like neighbor's yard.
That was so much fun.
It's funny,
but I'm fucking trying to watch a horror movie.
I feel like it was still like the
movie wasn't much of a horror element to it though. It was a lot more of a suspense movie in my opinion. Except for like kind of the part where the dude's like chasing her down at the gas station and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I liked when
I kind of desensitized, right?
I guess that's fair.
Well, and it was just kind of fun. It was nice to have kind of like a fun ending in this like wealth of horror movies that are just soul crushingly sad.
I started that night looking for Barbarian. Actually, I was gonna watch Barbarian.
You should watch Barbarian.
You gotta.
You'll like Barbarian.
We're doing a spin-off
pod,
but dude, have you guys seen Obsession?
I had a friend tell me about it.
Oh my god, it is good. You need to watch it. Watch it with your significant other. So for context, like my wife and I, like we're fairly lovey, like we're always like touching each other, kissing each other, whatever. Not like that. I mean, I'm not talking about that, but
weird flex.
But like after
my wife wants to touch my body. Oh,
god damn it! After that movie, we wouldn't kiss each other for like a day. So
I've heard it's overwhelmingly kind of intense. I don't know.
It was one of the few movies that's just like actually lingered with me and had a physical effect like that in a long time.
How's my anti-horror movie wife going to be with anything? Like, she will not watch.
Do not watch it with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So watch that one alone. I still want to watch, what was it, Together or something, with the girl from Community and one of the Franco brothers, where like the trailer showed them like kiss and their lips get stuck together because they get cursed.
I've not heard about this.
I don't even know about this. Yeah.
I want to watch that one, and then I went and saw The Backrooms actually. So
which one was that?
It's in theaters right now. It's like based off of a random picture that went viral on Reddit, and then some people made like a horror game, and some people have made like a teen
there's like creepypastas and like the games.
Yeah, it's like Creepypasta the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like about this like subliminal space that is found like a back room of like you never see the back room of a store unless you work there, and it's like that kind of stuff.
Oh,
It's like the back room of life, right?
But
Like,
it's essentially like the world between our reality and the mixed reality, and so it has a lot of really cool stuff in it. But then it has like I wasn't a big fan of like the monster. I won't like reveal like that whole thing in it. But yeah, but at the same time, if you really like Alan Wake and Twin Peaks and that type of stuff, it's an easy recommend from that perspective. I don't regret watching it, and there's a good chance I'll watch it again at some point. So
nice.
But it also will kind of leave you with like some questions at the end too, but not necessarily like that your soul's crushed. You're just going to be like, like it's thought provoking.
I don't mind not knowing. I mind like the Twin Peaks style of I don't think the writers knew either.
Well, fair.
So, all right. Well, let us know if you think we should do a spin-off horror podcast, or maybe we just do like a horror movie night, like once every couple months.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a good way for people that don't want to do horror as well to hear people talk about it and give their opinion. Right? Like,
yeah. I would love to get back into some scheduled horror movie because, like, when I was doing it as part of a viewing club, it made me actually sit down and watch them, and I'm like pretty scared of watching them alone, you know. And like,
did y'all watch them alone or meet up to watch them or watch?
No,
them like
we'd watch them all separate and then
then
talk about them, you know. And honestly, scary games don't scare me very much. For movies, scare me much more.
I can make
I
you
don't
regret
know
that real quick. I can set you up down here in this basement with the games and we'll get you going.
we got the studio set up right
set
here,
me
man.
Up. What game are you going to set me up
I
with?
don't know, something. I'll fuck you up.
You won't fuck me up. I played Outlast. It's cool. I've done it all. Not all. I'm sure they're scarier, but
We could do a horror movie night or horror game night and record literally right after. You have the setup. So just
true.
saying.
that's true.
All right. Ryan, you play anything else? Any final comments before I
no,
monologue?
I think that's all I've got right now. So what have you been playing?
I started playing the shit out of Monster Hunter Wilds again.
There it is.
Basically, they dropped like the last batch of base game updates before the DLC a few months ago, and I just stayed out of the game for a while. But with the like DLC being imminent, like got me hyped up. So I've just been playing that again, doing a lot of grinding. Like I'm not really one for grindy style games, but this franchise is the one exception. So I've been playing a lot of that, but that's a blind spot for both of you guys. So
yeah.
What else?
Are you still
monsters? What?
Are there monsters?
There are, and you actually hunt them.
Oh,
are you running? Sorry, go ahead. I'm interrupting your joke, Task. I'm so
That's
sorry.
just shit posting in real time. Sorry, what are you saying, Ryan?
Are you I don't know what weapon you main, but did you change it up? Or are you still maining whatever you normally main, or is
I'm
it
maining
like
the Unga Bunga, the Great Sword, baby.
Okay,
I've got like 500 hours in the series of mostly that weapon. I keep trying to learn others, but my ant brain just can't. So there's just something about those big meaty hits, baby.
Nice.
Okay, so I've also been playing Wu Chang, which I know Matt has played. Ryan has not played. Is that correct?
That's correct. I don't know
Wu
anything
Chang
about
Fallen
it.
Feathers or Wu Chang. I'm not exactly sure on the pronunciation. It's good, man. It's like I really like the level design. I just haven't finished it because it feels like it's going on for quite a long time, and the combat has gotten kind of easy. Like once I kind of picked it up, like I've been mostly one-shotting the bosses, and I'm not that good at these games. So I've been like kind of dragging on it a little bit. Like I know I'll finish it. I'm just not in a hurry. I just killed I'm trying to think. Did you play after the update where they like made some of the bosses like they don't die, they just stand there?
In the middle of my playthrough, that update happened.
Because I was gonna say I just had that experience for the first time. So I'm like the Cloudspire City, I think is where it is.
I think some of that happened because like there were some backlash from the Chinese
CCP
community over like the fact that you like fought like real historic figures and killed them.
Yep.
But yeah.
But I don't know how far in that puts me. Hopefully over halfway.
Yeah, definitely over halfway at that point.
So yeah. What else? I played the Pragmata demo and completed that.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I see what they're going for. It didn't hit for me personally. The thing that was kind of weird was I just like you're in this like big tactical spacesuit and you've got all these cool weapons, but it just like it didn't feel like it. Like when I played the Dead Space remake, for example, like every step your guy makes, like you're hearing like the metal clank of the boots and like you just feel the weightiness of like being in that suit. I know this is like a really weird complaint, but like the game just like did not sell me like from a sound design perspective that I was like big dude in spacesuit. I don't know, that was just like a gripe that I had. The little button mini game is cool, I guess. I don't know. I think for me it would be like a wait for sale. Did you play?
I haven't.
Ryan?
No, I haven't played the demo. I don't know anything about it besides what we've talked about on the podcast, and I've seen like maybe like 10 seconds of footage, not really much at all.
Nice.
And then I finished with my wife Dispatched, and I don't think we talked about this last time. I think we said we were going to save this for next episode.
Yeah, because you were hyped up to give Ryan more shit about not liking it, I think.
I'm just kind of amazed. Like, you said you don't like the energy of the main character who's voiced by Aaron Paul, who's
That's
awesome.
who he is, okay. Jesse from Breaking Bad.
I haven't played very much. I mean, I literally only played like 45 minutes, and
Okay.
I just
how quick Ryan makes his decisions about you. So when we're big and famous and at cons, you've got like 4 words, and then he's going to tell you you're a piece
if
of
I
shit.
give you 45 minutes, I feel like I should know,
He's going
right?
to pull your pants down and push you over.
I don't know. I mean, his energy might change. I may have gotten a bad read on him. I just felt very like edgelord or something to me. Like he's like the coolest guy in the room, and like he's too cool for everybody. And I don't know.
I didn't feel like he gave that at all. Like, I felt like he was just like, I'm just trying my best here, man. Like, I don't know.
I maybe I'll have to revisit it. It was just the way
Now I
he
gotta play it to break this tie, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves it. I know. I mean, like I have to be in the wrong for sure. Like everybody who plays
you're not
it,
in the
like,
wrong. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
I guess like I don't know. It was really weird. Like I honestly I don't even remember the scenes, like how it all goes down. I know he goes in that bar and like he's like ordering the beer, and when he's talking to the superhero woman that ends up being the person who was trying to recruit him or whatnot. Just all the vibes were very much like, I don't give a shit about anything. Like, I don't care. Maybe in like maybe it's a down on your luck kind of way, but it didn't come across like that to me. It was like, oh yeah, buddy, like that's cool that you're doing. I don't really know. Like everything was like quippy, and like he's like, I don't know, but not in. I don't really know.
Interesting. I did feel like the writing was pretty good. Like, maybe some of the dialogue options were a little more like edgy than others, but yeah.
You guys played much of the Telltale games?
The original Walking Dead.
Or does it land like in
Leo
kind of that
Clementine
stuff, writing wise?
I think the dialogue was better. I think the writing is maybe. I mean, it's not going to break your heart. So if that's what you're looking for,
not necessarily,
but it was good, and especially as far as superhero stuff goes.
And I do know that these are like 10 years apart, right, from each other.
Yeah,
if not more.
I played season 1 of The Walking Dead, but I don't really remember it enough to quantify, honestly.
But it's good.
You guys don't go back to Heartbreak like I do just to feel something.
Just to feel.
No, I mean I do like. I mean, like I enjoy Life is Strange as well. Like I don't mind an emotional visual novel type game. But this game, I mean, it was fun. Like I do wonder, like to what extent my decisions mattered that much. Like I felt like I got a pretty good ending, and I don't know that I deserved it. So I don't know. Maybe I just got lucky with some of the things that I chose.
Do you think you deserve to be where you are in life right now?
Yeah, no, it's called imposter syndrome, man. So I would recommend trying it if you pick it up on a sale or something.
Spin-off pod therapy with Matt.
Yeah, please don't let me dissuade anybody. People love this game. I think I'm just like, I don't know, for some reason getting a bad read on Dispatch.
I wonder, I think I'm going to play it. Maybe that would be a fun one for us all to play together, but I can't even remember the name of it, but I want to play it. The high school summer game that just came out that's more of a visual novel. Mixtape.
Yeah, Mixtape.
Yeah.
There's a lot about it that I'm interested in, but there's a lot of opinions I've heard that make me think I might hate some of the people in it.
Supposedly pretty short.
So,
we could probably knock it out. We could all play it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Go ahead.
I was going to say the music part is very much up your alley. I mean, we're all like very much into music, but you're more a musician.
Depends on what kind of music, but yeah, I do like always wonder at this age if I can still relate to teenagers. So when I see games like that, I'm like,
we cannot.
Maybe.
But I think it's supposed to be like teenagers like that act like us because it was written by people our age.
So it's like when we were kids.
Yeah, because
I'm
I think
down with
the main
that.
character fantasizes over like the '80s music, which is like one of the worst times for music, in my opinion. That's a hot take, but
That's not dude. You think that's a hot take? No, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I picture it like a reflective, like I guess, like picture like coming of age story that you can relate to, like, oh, just like back in my day, blah blah blah. You know,
Gotcha.
But I don't know.
It's not the TikTok brain rot modern day teenagers.
No, not like sharks and Yeezy boots or whatever, and with gold chains or whatever fucking TikTok rot shit.
I don't even know what you're saying. And that's exactly
do.
to my point.
What a collection of words.
Yeah, right. Like, did that make any sense to anyone?
I'm surprised you guys don't keep a running tab of weird fucking amalgamations of words and sayings that I put together.
Yeah, that'll probably get clipped.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it for me.
All right, so I guess that is my cue to take over for our fun little segment this week. We need to find a better name than special segment, though. SSH is a fun thing from like a computer perspective, but
We had a name at one point. What was it? It was we were calling it something else for a little bit there. It was like I don't know.
Write in.
Forget I said anything. Write in. Yeah, the true fans will know.
Yeah, those real OG backloggers. Emma. So it's just going to be a simple game of 20 questions. The goal is to guess the game. You have 20 questions to get there. I give you 0 hints. You only get 1 attempt at answering. So if you use it at question 10, the game's over, you lose. I will answer. Oh, and it's only yes or no questions.
So it's 20 cumulative questions between me and Gavin. Are we on a team?
Yes,
I guess
you're on a team.
Fun.
Oh, co-op game, eh?
So
Fine.
So let the questioning begin. I will answer again with yes or no.
Okay.
I'm not pulling some bullshit arbitrary game that Matt played.
You got it written down somewhere?
Huh? The game?
Yeah.
Yeah, in my mind's eye.
I don't can believe you then. All right.
Okay, you want to alternate questions?
Oop,
maybe.
That was one. 19 left. Sorry, them's the rules. Yeah, we can alternate.
I don't have the first question.
All right,
I can make one up if you want.
Is it an RPG?
That's a broad term. There's so many types of RPGs. Yes.
I'm giving Matt the side eye right now. Okay.
Okay. Is it on PC?
Everything's on PC, Ryan.
I meant like console exclusive. I feel like that answers the same thing. If I asked if it was console exclusive, you'd been like, "Good question." I feel like.
All right.
Yes.
So it is on computers, and it is an RPG. You start to wonder with like subjective questions, like to what extent will Matt try to answer those? You know, like if I were to ask, does it have a good story? Do you think he can answer a question like that?
I don't think we could ask him that because he'll just say yes because he enjoys stories. I feel like
Every story is wonderful. I love artistic visions.
I'm reflecting on my question. I should have asked the console way. I see what you're saying. I get now why you're saying that's too general, but that's the fun, I guess.
Okay.
That's the console one. I don't know.
Well, it's a waste of a question now. Go ahead. Sorry.
Is there online multiplayer?
No. Fuck you, Ryan.
Respectively. RPG, available on PC, no multiplayer, so it's probably a single player game. There could be local multiplayer, but we don't know.
Do you have I want to ask him something like, do you have a party of like companions, or like do you have a party of 4, or do you have to have a party, or are there recruitable companions? I don't know what variation of this to go with though.
I guess you could just ask if there are companions.
I feel like they all have
A
companions.
merry band of heroes.
What do you mean? Like there are plenty of RPGs.
I guess I'm
that are
picturing like
single player.
I guess that's true. I'm picturing like Fallout or Skyrim where you recruit the companions versus like Dragon Age where it's like you're gonna have 4
Just trying to
people.
min-max his question rather than
No, I
having
appreciate
it in
that.
two folds.
Oh yeah, man, I want to win. I want to get my next copy of Garfield, which is probably the prize.
There's a new Garfield platformer game coming out, but I digress.
Yeah, we brought it up. I think another one.
Another one.
Oh, another one. All right. Are there companions?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So they're companions. Let me think. Is it set in a fantasy universe?
Yes.
Okay. Is there magic in the world?
The card game or the yes.
Okay.
6.
Okay. What if it's just one of the like bajillion Final Fantasy games? That
Oh,
we're not gonna
Does
know.
it have a 15? Does it have a 14?
He said he wasn't on some bullshit though.
Okay. So there's
Doesn't
magic,
doesn't mean it
companions.
would be
It's
my
a
favorite Final Fantasy.
proper RPG. What do you want to ask about, like publishers or something, or developers to help kind of zero us in?
Yeah, that could help suss it out. I feel like you would be better at
Yeah,
that.
who just asked? Let's see. You asked if there was magic in the world, which
Yes.
Matt would say, broadly speaking, there's always magic in the world. But in this particular world,
All right.
is it developed by Square Enix?
Gavin hates my questions.
No.
I just like roasting you, man. I'm sorry.
Not by Square Enix? Okay.
No, but remember, Square Enix used to be Squaresoft.
God damn it. God.
I said I'm not on my
You're
bullshit.
such
He's
son
on
of a bitch.
such bullshit. You should have asked, is Square in the publisher name?
Yeah.
No.
And he said it. No. Just to reiterate, we're at 7.
Okay. I mean, are we honing in on publisher situation? Is that what you want to go with? I don't know.
I mean, live your life. I don't know.
I don't
just
know a lot of
thinking
publishers, to be honest. I
Or
don't
just
know.
developer, like, I mean, so like Bandai Namco publishes FromSoft games, but FromSoft develops them. So developer, I guess, is really the better question. Sometimes they are 2 in 1, but yeah.
Should we ask like if me or you have played this game? You know,
It's not
like,
a bad idea. Yeah. Do you want to be specific? Like, do you want
It's
to ask
gotta-
if you have played it? Or do you want to ask, like, if either of us have played it? I guess, what if Matt doesn't know? We've had our gaming history, so he better have been paying
You
attention.
better been paying attention. Yeah, I don't know. There is an unknown there, I guess, but that's not our fault. That's a yes or no question. That's his problem to deal with.
Yeah, you could say, did we talk about it on either of our gaming histories? That's a decent question.
Ooh, that cuts a lot. That cuts pretty well. Yeah, let's go with that. Did we talk about it on either of our gaming histories?
We've completed both of your gaming histories, right?
Correct.
Then yes, I don't remember specifically when, but yeah.
Okay.
All right, I got my list here.
Get ready for some dead air.
No phones. You can't use your phones. That's just cheating at that point.
Okay, no phones. It's cool.
All right. So it could be like Bethesda.
Yeah.
uh,
We definitely talked like Mass Effect, Dragon Age. We talked about like Oblivion or not. Well, yeah, like
did
all
we
those.
really talk about Dragon Age much?
I'm sure it was mentioned.
Was it on yours? I mean,
it was definitely on my
was touched
list.
on at
I
some
may
point,
not
I
have
think.
touched on it, but I would have wanted to for sure.
So
I think old BioWare is what
BioWare's-
we're talking
Yeah,
about. About.
yeah. Maybe I didn't say Dragon Age,
but yeah, I mean, so there's Dragon Age. There's obviously like Elder Scrolls. There is, you talked about Baldur's Gate 3 as well as Divinity.
Right. Yeah, I guess we're talking just RPG. So what you talked about World of Warcraft? That doesn't really. That's
True,
probably
but he
different.
said no multiplayer.
Oh, that's
so that
right.
also eliminates all the
Ooh.
Souls games because they all
Yep,
have
yep.
every single one.
Okay.
So yeah, sounds
All right.
like we got some good options.
You got another, or hit him with another question.
Yeah, am I next?
I think you're up. Although you gave me my question.
All right. I'm sorry. I feel like maybe I'm like alpha gaming over here.
No,
I need
you're
I
good.
need to sit down.
I need you to quarterback. It's fine.
No, you two are very good people to have to mull through this because you overthink every question before you just start.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
very good team.
Okay. Was it developed either by BioWare or Bethesda?
No.
Ooh, good cut. That was a good question. Not BioWare, not Bethesda. So what's left? I don't even.
I mean, And I doubt Matt would even be thinking about like the Larian games because he doesn't play them.
It
So
might.
It would be surprising.
Baldur's Gate would be. I mean,
Well,
that
your
would.
boy knows ball.
He does know
Especially
ball.
with developers for the most part, except for how to say the.
I mean, we could
the
eliminate
Witcher's name.
those, all of those, if we ask Larian. You know, or we could. What?
I'm just thinking of like, does it have this, comma, this, comma, this? Like, kind of like maximize the question.
Yeah,
It really could.
It's like playing Guess Who, but if you make it too broad, it's not helpful.
Yeah, I think if you
All
were to
right.
give like 3 different series or something, that's probably about optimal.
All right, I'm going. Is it developed by Larian Studios?
No, that's 10.
Okay, we're halfway there.
Halfway there.
We've narrowed
Halfway
a lot. I
there.
feel good.
Halfway there. Do you?
I'm starting to sweat a little bit. I can't think of any other
What?
like
We'll be
fantasy
fine.
magic series without multiplayer that we talked about.
I
mean, it's always possible that like we technically talked about it because Matt went on tangent and was like, when I was 13 years old,
let's talk.
I played the shit out of this obscure ass PS2 game. And we're like, oh yeah, buddy, that's really cool.
I'm so proud of you, pal. Pat me on the back.
So did you talk about? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm going console by console almost in my head, and I got to SNES, and I'm thinking Mario and the 7-star RPG. It's like Super Mario RPG. It's like that's almost like kind of a weird pull, but it's still Mario. So that was in there.
Good point. Like we haven't even thought about retro yet.
Retro is where I'm going. Yeah, I'm like,
'Cause
man,
is
should we-
Mario fantasy? I don't know.
Oh yeah. He
Maybe
said
in a-
fantasy.
maybe in a
No, you're
broad
right.
sense.
He's real to me.
There
damn
are
it.
companions though.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking like maybe include retro too. I'm trying to think,
yeah.
but I don't know. Could we ask like, is it pre 2009 or something?
That's a good
like
idea.
we could
should
start
pick a
like a binary search.
Absolutely, absolutely just bisect this bitch. Just okay. What do you think a good initial date is? Like maybe
That's
like
tough.
2005 or something. Let's see.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I feel like more like 2010 almost
You're
or
2010?
something, but I don't know why. I just because we probably talked about more modern games than we did older games, but I don't know. 2007, meet in the middle. But
right.
I don't know when anything came out, so also I'm not the best at.
It's true. I guess since we're not using phones, let's like try to think this through. So, do we know when the 360 came out?
No, I should.
Let's
but
try to remember where we were in our lives.
I was definitely like maybe right before being a teenager, like it was like 12 or something. I don't know.
like Halo.
I remember
Halo
yeah,
3 was on. I mean,
it was big.
it launched on 360. Halo 2
Didn't
had launched on Xbox, right?
Xbox, yeah,
I think that's
original,
correct.
for sure.
Because I mean, there's the magazine right there. The proof is in the pudding.
Okay.
Okay, so you're right. That would have been like pre-teen era. So like, what do you think? Like 12, maybe 13 years old at that time.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So we're talking. I mean, I think 2008 for some reason sounds very Halo 3 to me. That sounds extremely Halo. 3.
Let's do it. Let's say what
fucking
is it?
dude.
2008 or later? You want to ask that?
Sure, sounds good. Is it my question?
It's
or
your
yours?
question. Yeah.
I thought it was your question.
Here I am,
No, I'm
here
fine
I am
with it.
driving again.
No, I'm here for it. Was it post 2008 or
Inclusive.
inclusive?
So after 2008, including 2008.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Okay. Cool.
that's very helpful.
Should have made more of a list for myself.
I mean,
could
you can use a
predict
phone.
you
if
Yeah, I
you-
can. Yeah, exactly.
Do we want to ask like like post 2000?
Yeah.
Like, do we want to
narrow
it?
it?
down?
I mean,
We only have
it
9
might be the
questions.
move. It's kind of shitty. How many questions do we have?
Nine.
9.
Wait, that's plenty
Oh,
of
wait. You
questions.
said post 2008.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
It's after
Yes.
or
Oh,
including 2008.
okay.
Okay. All right. So it's not some like retro Matt shit.
Okay.
Though I will say the Mario Legend of Silver 7 Stars is a good pull.
It could
Thank
be
you.
a Switch game.
I'll
Like,
give you
what
that.
if it was? What if it was like a Switch game? Like the Zelda games, you don't get a companion though, right? Like,
No, I don't think so. I don't know. It doesn't feel like you.
Like what if
Well, you get a horse.
What if like Zelda? What if he's thinking like, well, Zelda is Link's companion, so
Yeah,
that would be pretty shitty.
That'd be some fuck shit. I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, we could still, if you want to do you want to do years again or
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure. So when did let's think, when did like PlayStation 4 come out?
Like 2013, right? Or cuz like we were like in high school or I was in high school cuz GTA 5 was coming out on the 360 and the 1 was coming out and it was right there in the middle cuz everybody was mad. Like everybody was like, I don't know. It was on both.
Okay, so 2013. So should I ask?
I'm not
Was it
wildly
before
confident.
2013 inclusive? Do you think?
Yeah.
All right, before 2013 inclusive.
No.
Okay. 8 questions left.
Okay. We talked about God of War.
That's a good point. You do have a companion. It is fantasy. There is magic. There's no multiplayer.
Should we say? It feels like it's a good guess, but like we're not gonna guess that obviously because we've got 8 questions. We're gonna use them, but so. Yeah, I guess I'll just ask: is it in the God of War series?
No. Also, I will say on this end, you get kind of like a little nervous that like, man, did I lie about any of these questions? I'm like I'm reeling through all of them. Like, there's only one that I'm like, yeah, no, I answered that right. So
There's only one of them that you answered right.
yes, no.
Okay, so it's not in the God of War series.
Another good pull though.
Yeah, that would have been.
I'm struggling now. Okay, so it was post 2013.
We talked about it on a gaming backlog episode, but we didn't ask if we talk about it. We asked, was it talked about?
Yeah.
I think so.
I should have said, was it on either of our lists? What about like? I didn't play them and you didn't play them, but I don't know if you did, but I know Matt would have the Xenoblade games.
Oh God!
I know we talked about Xenoblade at some point.
We did get on that on one of y'all's, I think, because I talked
I
about how
don't-
many hundreds of hours they were.
I don't know why I'm so stuck on the Nintendo thing. So it's
I'm-
just like the kind of shitty thing Matt would do.
I mean, you'd think you would have thrown like a Final Fantasy 7 or 8 or something. Is it? No, they haven't remade 8. Where 6 is his favorite, but that's pre all these years. But the remakes of 7, I don't know. I don't know anything about Xenoblade, so I guess I'm pivoting. But like, should we?
I did ask about Square Enix, so he said no. So it's not Final Fantasy.
Okay.
I think they developed all of them.
Cool.
I guess I'll find
cool.
out afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
right about
I'm sorry. I didn't catch that.
Actually,
was what
there's
it's
one
for.
game they didn't.
Okay, cool. So Xenoblade, I don't know anything about, but if you
I don't
have,
think it's the play because you didn't play it, I didn't play it, so
is that a JRPG? Should we
Yeah.
ask if it's a JRPG?
it's a good question. Also, Breath of the Wild and like those games were not on PC.
Ooh,
The Xenoblade games,
I forgot
I'm
about
not sure if they got
PC questions looking a little better now.
I think they might have gotten a PC port.
Well, you held on to that shit.
I'm kind of stumped here, to be honest with you. After 2013, did not have multiplayer.
What about like those games where you like had the electricity and you were flying around on the wires, Infamous or something? Those aren't really RPGs. No,
I know. I've never played them.
I'm just throwing. We didn't talk about those on
So
there.
we're at 7. This is the first time we've done 20 questions. I'll give you guys one hint if you want it. You can hold it for a bit, or I can give it.
Interesting. A new layer. I feel like we hold it. I don't know.
All right.
Well, or we get it now, and that helps us drive our next binary search.
I'm down either way. What are you gonna do, Ryan?
7 questions left.
Let's go 2 more questions, then we go hint. The last 5 for the final 5.
Does the final question has to be the guess though, right?
No, it's 20 questions
Okay,
and
okay.
a guess.
And the
It's
guess.
like 21, really. Okay. All right, two more.
Pedantic.
Pivoting answer. You ask a question.
I like how you slipped that in, so it's really 21. Now let's get the hint. We're stuck. Let's get the hint.
I am kind of stuck.
I don't know if we have all completed, but we've all played this game.
Okay. Helpful.
And since I've played the fewest games, that should help. We've all played it. Could it be Hollow Knight? Would you think that's fantasy? I mean, there's magic.
There's magic. Is it an RPG? You don't like choose your build or anything.
See, I told you this was a hard that was a fucking broad question.
I think you're right. I think it's
that is a broad
Metroidvania.
question though.
It's
I don't know.
It's not an RPG. You're right.
What about Slay the Spire or
RPG
something?
question?
Not
and,
an RPG.
the argument about like prog rock versus alt rock versus punk rock, like genres of music, are so nauseating to me nowadays.
What about no? I was thinking Diablo or Path of Exile. Those are multiplayer games, though. We've all played them. I'm trying to think what you've played since 2013. Like, what all have you played?
I wish I could look at my list. Shit.
You had an Xbox One. You had a PlayStation 4. You liked the PlayStation 4 a lot. There was a lot on there.
I mean, I got it basically for Bloodborne, and then I played I went through like
Bloodborne
PlayStation classics like Uncharted and Last of Us. Neither of those fit the bill.
Why does The Last of Us not fit?
Because it's not fantasy. Like,
there's not
there's
magic.
Not really magic.
Really.
Let's see what else.
What?
Is it right there? Is that where you're laughing?
The original, my thought when you said The Last of Us isn't fantasy, I was just like, where the fuck have you been in this world?
It's so grounded.
The magic point is a good point.
It might be Matt's fantasy. Or Ryan, since he's such a zombie guy now.
I'm a zombie head. Yeah.
Should we put an upper try to get an upper bound?
Oh, that would help.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We're number guys. We can't fight it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So PlayStation 5 would have come out like 2019, I think.
Sounds about right. Sure. Yeah. I mean, we could talk post-COVID, pre-COVID if you do 2019 almost. Like,
I really want to know if it was PlayStation 5 era or later, and like Series X and Series S and all that.
I honestly,
like, is it current gen or is it last gen?
I don't remember when the PS5 came out. I mean, it was right around there. I don't know if it was in 2019 or if it was 2020.
I think we could just say, was it up to 2018 inclusive, and that would...
Could you just say, was it pre-PS5 era? Is that
kosher?
That feels more inclusive. It feels easier to answer. I don't know.
I guess I could ask if it launched on PS5. If we're trying to be a little bit more above board.
I feel like that's above board. You think asking the pre-PS5 is not...
like pre-era, like what does that mean?
It means... Yeah, it's a little iffy, I guess. Was the PS5 available to purchase when this game launched?
That's my question.
Yes. Okay. For the record, I guess the way I've heard this asked on other podcasts and stuff is this game on this console or this generation of consoles? For the record.
Yeah, but there's sometimes backwards compatibility. It could have released after the PS5, but still released only on PS4, for example. Okay, so the PS5 existed when this game launched, so we're like firmly in modern gen.
Yeah, we're honed in,
and it is no multiplayer.
Is it like Expedition 33?
Expedition
it's got to be
the fucking game. You have companions. There's no Yeah.
There's magic. Yeah. Okay, so should we just
let's?
We don't want to guess. I mean, we have questions.
We can rule it out. Like we can say.
I mean, we could just make it our guess. We could be like, is it Expedition 30? But that's not our guess. No. What if we say, is it a Claire Obscure game?
Was it developed by Sandfall Interactive?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
That's their only game, baby. All right. We're locked in.
Claire Obscure Expedition 30.
It is Claire Obscure Expedition.
All right, we got there. How many questions did that take?
You had
14
left. 15.
Okay.
So, not bad.
Pretty good.
I took it easy for the first one. Now I know what I'm working with if I get to do this again. To really...
I feel good. I feel like we did a good job on that. I don't know.
I'm happy with that performance.
Sweet. Well,
all right.
That's all I got. That's that.
Okay, cool.
So we passing it over to Ryan for
Right on.
Backlog
Big Rye
Game
boy.
of the Week.
Big Rye money.
What you got for us?
All right. So for my backlog game of the week, I am talking about Cyberpunk 2077, which I have played probably about 10 hours of, which a lot of people have told me I'm right at the part where it really opens up and you can do a lot more and it gets a lot more fun. And I did experience that, and I was really enjoying it. I have kind of a weird history with it because when it came out, I was really hyped for it to come out because I never really played The Witcher 3, but this was much more in a universe that seemed more up my alley with the sci-fi, and it was first person, big city, and then it kind of had that whole fiasco of like it was really negatively received because of performance and bugs and whatever. I never bought it on release for several years. I didn't end up buying it until after the 2.0 update, so that was several years later. And I've had lots of friends tell me to play it. It's like a great RPG, like really like everybody's into it, it seems like. In my 10 hours, I was enjoying it. I was kind of playing like a psycho. I was trying to really get immersed in it. And I was like riding the train everywhere, which is kind of a stupid thing to do, but I was really trying to explore the city and getting the vibes of it. Yeah, and it was really cool, and I mean to get back to it, but I don't know. I guess every time I boot it up, I have this like dissonance with Night City, I guess. I don't know why. There's like this mission where like I'm at like a garage or something and I'm supposed to be like scanning the tech inside, and then you just end up killing everybody inside, and it reminds me, I guess the city's meant to be hyper violent, but it is almost to a degree where booting right back into it kind of almost takes me out of it because I haven't had that lead in again with the intro and everything. I don't really know, but that's kind of where I stand right now. I do want to get back to it, but I'm curious on you guys' relationship or experience with the game.
I have not played it. I have spoiled the story for myself because I don't think I'm going to play it. So I don't know if I can really be the person to tell you. But I am curious, like, would you consider just starting a new save?
Ugh, it was a long 10 hours. I don't know. There's a lot of like...
First 5 is long on the a little long in the tooth. It's good. Like that whole setup with Jackie and the heist and all that stuff is very good, but...
You do a lot of the brain dances and like viewing like these like pre-recorded events and like you're kind of detectiving your way through it, but it's not super interactive. It was cool once. It feels like it'll be tough to play again. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It wouldn't be the end of the world. There's probably like... I don't know. That would probably help, honestly, but...
I don't know.
Maybe I could just watch a
If it's
recap
slog,
or
then maybe
something.
not.
When did you do this 10 hours? Did you do it after the Phantom Liberty stuff had coming out?
Yeah, and I own the Phantom Liberty DLC.
Okay.
Is it?
I bought the game at launch on PS4, which I do blame that game having such a troubled launch on the fact that they developed it for the last gen consoles, and it should have never been on those fucking pieces of shit by that point.
Right.
And it just took resources away from them refining it. It was a busted mess. Couldn't play it. Put it away. Had friends play it, loved it because they played on PC, and then I didn't touch it again until the Phantom Liberty, the big updates, the big refinements. Played through it on the PS5, and that game is so fucking good.
Oh yeah,
the writing is so good for the characters, the stories, and the side stories, and the romances are so good. Just like the type of stuff that you want from those types of RPGs, and right on par from what I understand with like the characters and the development of those relationships in like the Witcher games in a lot of ways.
Nice.
I think there is like that whole like high fantasy versus like the cyberpunk fantasy. I mean, I assume you don't have any tie to the tabletop RPG that it's based off of, or anything, right?
Since like getting into it, I have friends who are really into the I guess the lore, and they've kind of directed me to certain pieces of it that I've kind of picked up. But and actually, I started looking at the TTRPG because I play D&D, and I was like, that'd be kind of cool. What if I play Cyberpunk, then we could all play a TTRPG with Cyberpunk Red. But no, I don't have a ton of experience with it.
I gotcha. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a way to restart that mission to just get that cutscene back and like that little bit of immersion you're needing, I feel like.
Right.
But also restarting a character, I do feel like, that I wouldn't want to go through the intro of that game again, even though it is very good and...
It's kind of famously a big
all that
slog,
stuff.
right? Like,
I mean, it like builds up. I mean, one of the hardest parts about it is kind of what happens after when the intro ends, I guess is what I would say, right?
What kind of what kind of play style were you doing? Were you doing like katanas or guns, snipers, or like
mantis blades and like swords? So
Okay.
kind of heavy more on the melee. And I was a whatever the like outskirts people are called.
yeah.
I can't remember that class. Not corpo. Not.
It's not corpo. No, and it's not. It's I know what you're talking. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, it's like they ride around in big trucks and stuff outside the walls, outside the city. Yeah,
so big trucks and samurai swords.
Hell yeah,
That's
brother.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's cool. I feel like a lot of people play it with the swords and stuff. I kind of was like, I kept being indecisive, and I got a mod that let me respec, which probably I probably shouldn't have done, but like lets you respec as much as you want. I only used it like once just because I wanted to be able to change, because I started with like the hacking, and I was like, I expected the hacking to be a lot more in depth, and I wasn't really loving what you could do with it. It was like pretty much just overload their optics over and over again.
Yeah, I didn't use much of that because it seemed not as developed as I would have wanted it. So I just liked the brutality. I loved the city. I liked Night City a lot. I liked the outskirts when you get to there. Right. I loved the stories. I loved the companion development and like making those choices on just certain decisions to make and how they affected certain things throughout. I loved I think I said it, but I loved the core narrative a good bit.
Right.
I liked the character V that you are.
How's the Phantom Liberty DLC? Did you play it?
And then I was about to say the Phantom Liberty.
Yeah, people love that, right?
Oh, so good.
Nice.
It is so good. It's even got like a pretty, it's important to that story horror part to it, which is really cool. It's just like a little subsection in there.
Interesting.
That is part of it and really good. But yeah, no, that is like phenomenal.
So, Gavin, as a big Witcher 3 head who's telling us we have to play it, why have you decided you're not playing this? And you're like, you said you're pretty certain you'll never play it.
That's a good point.
Because to be honest, I think if I were to play The Witcher 3 now, and it has nothing to do with like graphics or anything like that, I don't think I would stick to it. I think I would drop it pretty quick. It's a combination of the question mark all over the map, Ubisoft kind of thing, like Horizon did it. I hate that shit. It stresses me out. I can't ignore it, but it's not engaging, like just going to a bunch of marked places on your map. And the combat in The Witcher is honestly kind of bad. Like, it's fun, like, prepping for the specific monsters and, like, reading your bestiary and being like, okay, this one's weak to this, like, specific kind of damage or whatever. But in practice, like, you can just, like, spam light attack and, like, chug healing potions. Like, you're never really going to be challenged. Even on, like, the highest difficulties, like, if you have a decent build, like, it's just a numbers game. It's not like meaningfully difficult. So I'm curious then for you, how is the combat? Like, is it engaging? Like, did you feel like you were using a lot of the different mechanics or that you needed to, or is it kind of just more like you're there for the story? Combat's just
I would really like to like the combat a lot. I wasn't loving it. I don't know. I kind of struggle with combat in single player games in general. I don't know. Like, besides like Souls game or with shooters, I guess specifically, I don't for some reason connect super hard with single player shooter games. For some reason, like sword, fantasy games do fine with me, but I was kind of doing that's what I swapped off of, was the hacking, and I swapped to like submachine guns and katanas and stuff, and it was a lot more fun once I built into the agility build, because you could like double jump and like do this dash move, so you're kind of popping all over the battlefield. And once it got a lot faster, I was liking it more, but I kind of like couldn't decide if I liked it on controller or keyboard and mouse, whereas like I normally play a shooter on keyboard and mouse, but like it kind of felt better on controller, and I just couldn't really wrap my head around what I wanted it to be, what I wanted to get out of the combat. So it was kind of odd, but
I leaned into like the agility stuff, so and like the sword combat, and I kept like a pistol on me, and I would use it here and there, and I thought the gun combat was fine for a first person shooter that's also trying to do a million things, but I did love like deflecting bullets and dashing up and just like cutting people up and like not parrying but blocking attacks with the swords, and, all of that type of stuff. So I really enjoyed a lot of that. So I enjoyed the combat a ton from that perspective, but I played it in that style instead of leaning more into like run and gun, cover shooter,
right.
that type of stuff. I played around with like some of the guns just to experience like the smart guns or the guns that could like shoot around the.
Ooh, that was like the first thing
That's cool.
I really didn't. I spec'd into that first, and I really didn't like that. For some reason, it just felt weird, like because it auto aims for you, and it just like took a lot of the mechanical out of it. You know, I mean, it was a cool idea. Like it feels kind of cybery and neat, but yeah.
I also just liked driving around.
That's my favorite part.
Hopping in my sick futuristic cyberpunk car and just like driving all around, and I would drive and hit the markers like crazy. I know they did a big update not long after, well, a good bit after The Witcher 3 was out to like tone down the question marks, and they followed that lesson a good bit in Cyberpunk.
Oh, really?
It felt like it's probably closer to on par of like what the Horizons are like.
Yeah.
So they're because like The Witcher 3 was like notoriously like heavy loaded.
Dude,
with
Horizon
marks
Zero
when that
Dawn's pretty
starts.
bad too. I don't know if you played Forbidden West. I haven't played that one, but Zero Dawn is crazy as well. So Cyberpunk not so bad.
I didn't feel like it was, but maybe it was because of the city thing. And I don't necessarily remember if it was question marks or like colored area. I think that didn't they lean into like did they do the fog of war kind of stuff in it too? As you unlock more of the town, it unfogs.
I think so, yeah. Or it unfogs like the POIs, like the places of interest or whatever. Yeah, I mean the side quests I've done were all very engaging so far. Like they weren't slop that was just around. It was like I was doing the Delamain car missions, you know.
Yeah.
And like those were cool, like the rogue AI cars, and each one is like crazy and like weird. But there is like a certain element of like the question marks where it's like there's like random events always going on, but they're not tied to like it's like Spider-Man or something where there's a never-ending amount of them, it seems like. So it's like you don't have to engage and nothing changes
it's like
if
the
you
Fallout
do.
4, the settlement needs your help thing. It's like the thing that there's always something to do in the game if you want to do a mission. Like,
right.
in that perspective. Yeah, it's weird because you've definitely gotten, I feel like, far enough to be doing like those Delamain quests and stuff. I've kind of got your sea legs under you, and
I got pretty far. I mean, I met Pan Am and did did that mission. That's kind of where I ended, was like where you do all that with Pan Am.
Isn't she the one everybody goons over?
Yeah, everybody.
That's goon over her in Lucy a good bit. Is that?
I don't remember. Oh, Lucia, is that what you said? Or
that might be. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember.
You meet her early on in like the story.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember her name, but yeah, I got you. Pan Am I just remember because that was the last thing I did. And I remember everybody good.
I mean, she's Gooner approved for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it was fun. I just kind of, I don't know why I fell off. You know how I do. I start games and then I don't finish them.
The thing, right?
So
this is like kind of on par for Ryan at the same time. Fucking Zomboid was calling his goddamn name.
Oh, man, yeah, it had to be something like that.
So,
how long do you think playthrough would take?
Play through to just play through and like do the story and get to Phantom Liberty and play all of that.
I guess
sure.
if that's how Ryan would play it.
And like, do you get stressed out about not like maxing out your character stats? And
no,
doing
definitely
everything?
not. No.
Still probably 50 hours.
It's pretty long, but I mean, if you're just
you're gonna do some side content in there and some of that
right,
stuff,
right.
right?
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to do like no side content, but like definitely not a completionist run or even approaching that in any
running
way.
through everything, and I think I may have platinumed that, but not got all the trophies for Phantom Liberty. I think I'm like right around 100 hours in it.
Okay,
so I'm cutting
pretty long.
I'm cutting it in half. Is where my mind's going. One character. I didn't do multiple playthroughs or anything like that.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm stumped on where I should put this on like the line of. I wish there was a way to like revert just a smidge to get you back to like get the cutscene and get your a little bit of immersion back.
Right. Just delete like. Do you have multiple saves?
I probably do have multiple saves actually. Yeah,
because
I am a fiend. I'll just keep making new saves in games that let me, because I'm scared. I'll want to go back at some point. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, maybe back it up just a little bit and give it a whirl from that perspective. But you've definitely kind of had access to enough that like you're kind of at the point where I feel like if it doesn't have hooks in you, it
did. I mean, but I was enjoying it. I guess, is it worth re-engaging with the hooks? Is it like as good as everybody says it is?
Yeah, like rating of the game and all that stuff, and like 100%.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, do you prefer high fantasy more than a?
I don't know. I really like the idea of the cyberpunk
world.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought it would land better than it does. Like for me, like the idea of like everybody being whatever the term is, geared out or whatever. Yeah, right. I mean, I like the sci-fi aesthetic a lot, I guess, but Yeah, I probably do connect better with a fantasy like setting.
And I'm the opposite
but
with that. So
yeah,
You're the opposite?
yeah,
I didn't know you were more of a sci-fi guy.
out of the two, yeah,
That's crazy. Like
I
based
prefer
on all of your favorite
post-apocalyptic
games. Huh.
more than anything. And then Final Fantasy is like a mix of
I guess it kind of is.
high fantasy
Yeah.
and cyberpunk and many other genres, I guess. But
right.
Did you guys watch the Cyberpunk anime?
Yeah, it was really
that
good.
shit's
Yeah,
so good.
did you watch it?
I think I watched the first episode.
Man.
I didn't finish it.
That's fair.
So good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, it's worth watching for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I would say if you can back up the save a little bit and like reignite it, I would get back in there for sure.
Nice.
I would. Yeah, but at the same time, you're also playing through a ton of games, and you'll play for 2 nights, and then a friend will want to get online, and then you'll play fucking Zomboid or fucking Valheim for.
I'm chopping my backlog list, or I'm trying to make a condensed what I really want to play, and it's on there. So, or like at least I think it should be. So, and there will be times when I'll play single player games, and I need to have a single player game to fall back on. It'd be cool if I had that to return to consistently. You know?
I think the question is how long is the gap before you fall back into it, right? Because that's
yeah.
one thing with that type of game.
For
For
sure.
me specifically, I can take 2 days away,
Right.
but if my friends are available, or like if I was in a multiplayer situation or I'm traveling for like a week, I would be annoyed trying to get back caught up and just even remembering the fucking controls.
Right.
Half the time
No,
is
that's
half the
fair.
battle nowadays. So I guess that's the whole you close the mirror on your medicine cabinet and have to look at yourself in the face.
Please don't make me.
I think you rinse your face or whatever and figure that part out.
Nice. Okay, so is this a tentative play, but face your demons yourself and figure it
I would
out?
say, right now at face value, yes, play and get your shit together, but also get your shit together and figure out if it's something that you can commit to, or if you get it straightened out, play 8 hours, and then have this same dilemma happen.
That sounds possible,
And then
for
just
sure.
keep blaming it on I couldn't get into it, or whatever. I mean, you've been open. You did kind of get its hooks into you at least, so
Yeah.
there's something good there, and there is something good there.
Yeah. So what it sounds like.
I'm with Matt. I want you to finish this game, Ryan, because if you do, then I'll know that's all I need to pick it up. Like
Okay.
if Ryan
If
can
I
get through
finish
it
it,
with all the distractions in your life,
Yeah,
then it must be a pretty good game. So
I'll take that. I'm okay being a metric for. Yeah,
it seems like a really good
worth
game.
playing.
So,
yeah.
I know we end with the backlog, but we also never talked about, I don't think, on the pod, The Witcher 3 getting an expansion next year, and that's crazy.
Are
but
you sure we didn't talk about that?
We may have, but that's going to probably, just because we're kind of in the same realm, going to drive me to finally, I say that, it'll be my third or fourth time starting that game from the beginning, and I've gotten all the way at least through like the Bloody Baron stuff, so I've experienced some really good content, and trying to play the game. So
Yeah, I think if you have the fortitude to ignore the question mark stuff, then
Yeah, that
absolutely
doesn't-
just go through it.
doesn't really.
And that's the
bother
thing,
me, honestly.
to be clear, the Witcher side quests are top notch. They're the best I've ever seen. It's more just for me as someone who put 150 hours into my first Elden Ring playthrough, a need to explore everything. It's hard to ignor. But if
Ooh,
you don't
piece
have
of
that
candy.
problem,
Yeah.
yeah, then absolutely,
I
it's a
don't
no-brainer.
with those types of games because I just it's too. I know it's too much going into it. I'm the same way with I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a couple years ago. I didn't get around to finishing it because just that core story's long. But I was I'm not going to every question mark. I know this game's way too big. I just know that. I gotta get it out of my head. I'll save it for my Souls adventures.
Yeah, that's also why I'm afraid to even look at Crimson Desert.
But at
Just
the same
I
time,
know that- I know
at the same
that
time, you do have to
you
make
could play
that
that
same
forever.
critique of Elden Ring. It had a lot of shit. It just didn't have the markers, and maybe that's what it is. It doesn't give your brain the I've got to go look. You had to just wander around on your own.
I like that a lot better.
Yeah, I feel like that's. I would say
Maybe if they could
Elden
turn
Ring's
that
the
off.
opposite of the Horizon problem or the Ubisoft.
But it's still an open
one.
world with just shit, arbitrary shit everywhere, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
not arbitrary though.
different,
It's laid out in
I
a
don't
meaningful
know.
way. It's not just hey, go clear bandit camp number 13 so you can upgrade this region.
To unfog the map and
Yeah.
take control of an area, or go find this
You're not taking control
mug,
of anything. There's-
and then read the mug description that it gives you some kind of lore about the world before the world fell.
Yeah, but that's you. That's self-motivated. That's my point. As opposed to it being hey, go to this question mark and help this settlement, because I told you to. It's different for me.
Feels different to me too.
So they need to just turn off the question marks in all these other games, and it would solve the problem.
Turn off the question marks,
Yeah,
and don't make the encounters just all the same.
Yeah, it's a design thing too, though. I mean, like if you design a game for question marks, then it plays different. With Elden Ring, it's like you're navigating by landmarks and what looks interesting, and it's like you see Stormvale on the hill, and you see little, like you're like, oh, there's a ravine over there. Like, what's in there? I bet there's some cool shit over there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whereas if the game's designed with the question marks, I'm sure the world could still be well designed, but it won't be made with that intention in mind, I guess.
Like, I think about, like, Days Gone, which I did kind of enjoy, but had that problem. It was like, okay, go clear out, like, this many bandit camps, for example, and, like, they would always be, like, the same kind of... Like, maybe they'd be a little bit different, but they'd almost, like, feel the same. Same with Ghost of Tsushima. And you, like, do enough of that, and it, like, upgrades your motorcycle or whatever. It's just that kind of thing. Feels a little generic. But you're saying Cyberpunk isn't like that, so
I'm going to check it out.
You check it out, Ryan. Report back.
I will report back maybe in a couple years. We'll see. I'm going to try to play it, probably one of my next games, but that unfortunately means it's going to be a while.
Well, I think that's a wrap for us, boys. So thank you all very much for listening. Don't forget to write in. Send us comments, questions, things you liked. my.buddies.backlog@gmail.com. We always want to hear from you. And make sure to check us out on our socials. Links are in the description. Until next time.
Thanks,
see you guys.
See ya.